3 ain't enough, man, I need 5. Time to keep your ass alive.
Better than Big E's Master of the 5 Count gimmick, it's the Bagel Club, episode 5.
No place to run, no place to hide.
No place to run, no place to hide.
Ain't enough, man, I need 5.
Ball up cause I'm on my game.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the Bagel Club, episode 5. I am your host, Crazzy Ryno, as always, and joining me this week is the Fabulous Mueller.
Hello, ladies.
Yes. Anyways.
I just wanted to make that reference.
Perfect.
Because it just came to my mind and fuck it.
That was a Ty Dillinger right there, perfect 10. Anyways, unfortunately this week we are absent one Mr. Thunder because he is just kind of MIA. We don't know what happened, so it's going to be a 2 bagel crew this week.
He's rich.
Yeah.
Just dead.
He's dead. Dead.
He shed his blood for a certain championship that we're gonna talk about later.
Mm-hmm. So, we have a lot of shit to discuss this week, so let's get right to it with the first of the big pay-per-views from this past weekend, and that would be NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2.
Which technically isn't a pay-per-view, rather a network special, but yeah, no.
You know what I mean, alright?
It's a pay-per-view.
I'd
I'd call it the same.
It's a big show. I just... Yeah. And what a show it was. It was... Oh.
What a show it was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was great from top to bottom.
Yes.
Wow.
Started off with the opening match being No Way Jose versus Austin Aries. I was gonna say it, but I couldn't remember exactly what his...
It was quite surprising to start with this one. Not really.
It was a good opening match.
I thought we would start with Bobby Roode, but yeah, it was a good opening match, and No Way Jose making his entrance with a conga line.
It was great. Although,
the funny thing though was the first guy in the conga line was wearing an Austin Aries. You know.
Yeah, that's not the smartest decision there.
But yeah, No Way Jose definitely has impressed me in this match.
He's probably one of the most over people with a dance gimmick ever.
Yep, that was crazy.
Fantastic.
And of course, Austin Aries won in the end.
Yes, it was a good match between the two.
And Austin Aries attacked No Way Jose after the end again.
Yeah, he wasn't
With
just
his last chance of the year.
He wasn't just satisfied with winning the match. Got to beat him down. Got to prove himself.
Which of course led to Mr. Itami coming out. Hideo Itami
Hey.
comes out, goes to the ring, takes off his jacket because he was wearing a suit.
Yeah.
And then Austin Aries and him brawl a bit.
Itami hit some great slaps and a vicious kick right to the dome.
Yep, and then Hideo Itami hits the fucking GTS. Go to sleep.
I'm pretty sure I was expecting the Barclays Center to just completely explode from the just. Oh,
Yeah.
he did
Everyone
the thing.
popped. Everyone fucking popped.
So
And it was amazing. That was I think that was the first time we saw it on television.
yeah, it was the first televised GTS from Itami.
He did it on a house show before, I think, but never used it on TV. The innovator of the GTS.
Yes, he
finally
created the
finished
move.
Oh, and it was a beautiful moment.
It was an
and
amazing moment,
of course, in the future, we're gonna get Austin Aries versus Hideo Itami.
which is going to be an awesome match.
Next up, we had the debut of the Mortal Kombat DLC character, Ember Moon versus Billy Kay. And another good match.
It was a good
I
debut
liked it a
match.
lot. Ember Moon is definitely going to be a great addition to the women's roster.
Absolutely. The crowd was kind of not quite into the match, but they were enjoying it up until the end,
Yeah.
where Ember Moon jumped up on the top rope, did a little corkscrew into a stunner on Billy Kay, and everybody, once again, the Barclays Center lost another roof.
Yep.
It was
Yep.
a beautifully executed move, and just it was really good.
I think it was called the O phase when she was on the internet, something like that. Probably gonna be named differently.
Yeah.
Probably some Mortal Kombat like. The
Fatality.
finisher. Oh, fatality, yeah.
I hope they call it the fatality. That'd be perfect.
Yep. Or the finisher.
That'd be great.
Yep.
Or she screams that before she hits it. Finish her!
That would be
Plus those red eyes, man.
those red eyes, holy shit.
Spooky. And great.
Also, she's a bit shorter than imagined, like Alexa Bliss short.
Yeah, she's a little lacking in the height, but
Very athletic.
mm-hmm.
Like doing springboard stuff and shit.
It was great.
And next up was a very
Another-
glorious entrance.
Another wrestling or in-ring debut.
And it was glorious.
Absolutely glorious. Starting with
Yes.
the entrance. Oh my
He just-
goodness.
He was descending from the heaven.
He is our
He's
god
an angel sent from the heavens to save us.
to make NXT more glorious.
Yep. Oh, it was great, that entrance.
And the fact that the entire crowd was singing the entrance theme as it played was even
I
better.
feel really bad. I feel really bad for Andrade here in Almas because his first two takeover matches were the first one was against Ty Dillinger, who is of course really over with the NXT crowd, and the second one was against Bobby Roode. He was the face in both matches, but ended up getting more booed than cheered.
Poor Andrade, which sucks because he's a really good competitor. He just
Doesn't have a lot of character to him
Yeah.
right now.
he needs to develop more of a character, and then he'll be great.
Or maybe he should just get his mask back. That would be also an option. But
Yeah, remasking would be
about the
awesome.
match, it was also another good match. Lots of flippy shit from Andrade.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of
kind-
showboating at the beginning.
Kind of a downside that Bobby Roode's finisher, the glorious bomb, is kind of underwhelming.
Yeah,
it's
it's-
just a pump handle slam.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I don't know who tweeted it, but someone tweeted, at least he doesn't hump his opponents like Road Dogg before.
Yeah. Overall, it's an okay finisher, but it's not.
It's not deserving of the name Glorious.
Yeah,
Bomb,
it's
in
not
my
glorious enough.
opinion. And next up,
We get
Yeah.
to the title matches, and
arguably the first one was the match of the night.
yes, I agree. The tag team titles are on the line between champions The Revival and the newly coined Team DIY, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano.
The match is a match of the year contender. Best tag team match of the year.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Was an absolutely fantastic
The
match. And
last
all those
10
damn near falls.
Yes, the last 5 to 10 minutes of the match was just the craziest emotional roller coaster you could ever imagine, with all the near falls and
many-
false finishes and
At one point, I think they got like the 3 count or whatever, but there was at
yeah.
the last moment, Scott Dawson put Dash Wilder's foot on the rope.
so
and
the ref waved
Ciampa
it
and
off.
Gargano and the people in the arena thought they had won, but they didn't. In the end, they made Johnny Gargano tap out to a knee bar of some
After
sort.
just kind of doing a couple quick hard hits on the knee. But
Yeah,
I don't even know how to describe this match. It was just so
Just-
phenomenal.
if you didn't, just watch it. It's
Yeah,
really, really good.
it's worth. And again, the entire show was great, beginning to end.
But
So-
oh man, that match had me on the edge of my seat all the time.
And
I'm thinking, what's next for the Revival? Who are they gonna feud with now?
oh,
Are they gonna go up to the main roster soon? I hope not, because I think they're gonna get wasted there.
yeah, It'd be interesting to see them like invade the main roster maybe a couple
That
times.
would be great. Like what the club did with the Usos when they debuted, but doing that to all the tag teams.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I don't know. I can see maybe having a short feud with TM61 just to get him to do something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think putting them against the Authors of Pain would be good, because heel versus heel is never a good idea, I think.
It can work.
Sometimes it can work, yeah.
Yeah, with the right
If there's a
build-up.
place to make it work, it's NXT, but
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
anyways, moving on
Let's just say-
to the women's title match. A rematch between Asuka and Bayley.
Yep, the Takeover
Um,
Dallas rematch. Oh, boy.
The match was definitely better than their encounter at Takeover Dallas, I'd say. They still had a tough spot in following that amazing tag match.
Yeah, they were kind of on the worst part of the card since they had to follow the incredible tag match, but they kept the crowd in it. They kept the crowd alive, and they put on a
Also,
fantastic
some
battle.
good storytelling at some point. Asuka was hitting Bayley with some kicks to the midsection. Bayley caught her knee and just screamed at Asuka, "Hit me in the face!"
She
Which
obliged.
Asuka then did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had no problems with doing that. But definitely a much more fighting spirit from Bayley in this match. And it was she did a really good job.
In the end, though, it wasn't meant to be, and Asuka defeated Bayley again.
Mhm.
It was a pretty good shot, because Sasha and Becky were in the crowd for this match.
Mhm.
And after the match, you could see the camera in the background when there was Sasha and Becky totally disappointed, and Bayley was lying in the ring. It was quite a strong A-match.
Yes, it'll tug on your heartstrings, definitely.
But it seemed to be Bayley's swan song in NXT, her last match.
Mhm.
And the fans, of course, chanted, "Thank you, Bayley," and all that stuff.
Deservingly so.
Deservingly so.
It was great.
Quite emotional.
Mhm.
And
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 hey,
of
Asuka's
course-
still undefeated.
I don't know who will defeat her now.
Who
Bayley
knows?
is not there anymore to take her on.
Mhm.
Ember Moon, Billy Kay,
Maybe
Liv Morgan.
I don't know. There's apparently some couple new women starting soon, so who knows? They're still building
course.
up the new women's roster in NXT, so
It will take a while. But
yeah.
they'll get there. They'll definitely get there.
Mhm.
But onwards to the main event. Which was, of course,
Samoa Joe.
Shinsuke Nakamura versus Samoa Joe, yes.
Mhm. Nakamura got the superstar treatment with having a live kind of performance of his entrance.
And it was great.
Yes, it was.
It could have been only better if one thing was different.
Mhm.
If Matt Hardy was playing the violin.
Yes. Absolutely.
Playing the violin to summon brother Shinsuke. That would have
Yes, absolutely.
broken Matt Hardy is the best thing.
It really is. But anyways, back to the match.
Oh, what a hard-hitting affair it was.
Oh yeah.
And they tried to kill each other.
Pretty much. It was
Quite
pretty brutal match.
And Shinsuke kicked out of the Muscle Buster. Samoa Joe kicked out of the Kinshasa.
Mhm.
He had all the near falls. But in the end, his second Kinshasa sealed the deal.
You didn't say it right,
And-
Mueller. It's Kinshasa.
Sorry. And new NXT champion, Shinsuke Nakamura.
The Japanese takeover is near complete.
hmm We have a Japanese women's champion. We have a Japanese
NXT champion.
NXT champion. We don't have Japanese tag team champions yet.
Yet.
It's not on the horizon either. Unless they make a Kota Ibushi Hideo Itami tag team.
Yes. And before they do,
Or they just bring back Kai and Tai with Funaki and Taka Michinoku. That would be great.
yeah.
But Funaki is still employed, so there's one half. Just gotta get back Taka somewhere.
Yes.
Somehow.
Yeah, some way.
But there's a
Overall.
little downside to the match. Samoa Joe dislocated his jaw.
Yeah, that first Kinshasa kind of hit a little harder than it was supposed to.
At least it's not a broken jaw, but
Yeah.
still. Yeah. Also, I think Austin Aries also get injured. He suffered like a ruptured eardrum or something like that.
Oh, I didn't know
When
hear
he-
about that.
Got hit by the TTS, but nothing major.
Interesting.
And that wrapped up Takeover Brooklyn again. Great show top to bottom. Not a single bad match on the card.
No, it was like what,
Not-
2.5 hours of just
2.5 hours.
greatness.
Not quite as good as the first Takeover Brooklyn, but it's up there.
It was
Definitely
still
up there.
one of the best wrestling events of the year.
Yep,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Them boys in
yeah.
NXT know how to steal a show, I tell you what. And girls.
They definitely set the bar for SummerSlam. Definitely did.
Yep. And then SummerSlam dropped the bar a little bit.
It couldn't quite keep up. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Again, SummerSlam was like WrestleMania this year, a very, very weird paper.
Yes. It was some strange booking.
It has
all across.
its fair share of ups. It has its fair share of downs.
And it has its fair share of WTF.
Yep, a lot of WTF.
Let's just kind of go through this
Let's-
overall instead of running down
let's-
the card since we did that live stream.
Yeah, we did the live stream. So the pre-show had all in all 3 fine matches.
Yeah, it was
I
good.
I was entertained by them all.
Mm-hmm.
The results, I predicted them all right.
They made
But-
sense.
They made sense.
Yeah.
Sheamus going over Cesaro for the first match
And they're best of 7.
in their best of 7. Of course, Neville and Sami Zayn defeating the Dudley Boys also made sense, and the face team on the tag team match
The SmackDown
won
rematch.
just because the heels they didn't exactly push the heel teams before, so
Yeah, the heel teams are kind of weak right now in SmackDown, unfortunately.
but all in all, I'm gonna say best match of the pre-show was the 12-man tag team match. I was very entertained by it. All the teams got their shit in.
Yeah,
It was definitely way better than when this match happened on SmackDown.
absolutely.
Way better. But
Yeah, all the
in all,
teams managed to do their brand of offense, and
Still, why does it have to be so long? 2 hours of pre-show.
God, that was probably the worst thing about SummerSlam, is it, including the pre-show, it's just 6 freaking hours. Ugh.
It's just way too long, yeah.
Oh God.
It's quite a thing, yeah.
So,
I mean, the actual show was where, of course, the hometown boys, Enzo and Big Cass, in the match against Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens.
which
and-
surprisingly, Jericho won that.
Yeah,
You'd think they'd put over the the locals, but no,
Vince has a weird obsession with having the locals lose.
it
every
seems.
time. And of course, you don't get the crowd started on a very positive note with that result.
Yeah, no,
All in
I
all,
don't.
the match was fine. The finish was like Kevin Owens dropping Enzo from putting up for a pop-up powerbomb, but dropping him into the codebreaker delivered by Chris Jericho.
It's a little...
Good on paper, but wasn't really good. Very well executed.
Yeah, it was a kind of sloppy delivery. Just Enzo wasn't, or either Enzo or Jericho wasn't the best positioned for it.
Yep.
I can see it working once they like work out the bugs of it.
Then we come to our first, next. It's actually 2 WTF decisions of the night. First of all, the women's title match going on second.
Yeah.
Really?
Second on the card. It's like, oh.
Oh. And of course the result.
Yeah. My God, that match was brutal.
Oh yeah.
Say what you want about Lesnar or Orton. The women's title match was freaking. It was so hard to watch.
They tried to kill each other.
Yeah.
Especially that botch by Charlotte, which is like, it was a very stupid botch, I must say.
She just kind of dropped Sasha right on her neck. Right on her neck.
They wanted to do some kind of move in the corner. It looked like they didn't properly set it up.
It looked like she was like going for maybe like a fall away slam or something.
And then it wasn't probably something. And Charlotte just let go of Sasha.
Yeah, she just dropped her.
Just fucking dropped her.
Just dropped her.
Right on her neck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck? That's fucking stupid and careless.
And that was right at the beginning of the match too, so
yeah.
Naturally, every time they would go back to the corners, which they did often, there was that little bit of cringe, like, oh, please don't.
Oh,
Sasha's neck is already fucked.
That goddamn spot where they did like a razor's edge in a corner on the second turnbuckle, and Sasha countered it into a fucking Hurricane Rana. Just Jesus.
Just holy crap.
But regarding this match, of course, Charlotte won, which was a shocker to all of us. Dropped the mood in the live stream right away.
It was
in the end.
Pretty sure we all had Sasha winning on our predictions.
Yeah. The news were that Sasha is injured and needs to take some time off, and that's probably the reason why she dropped the title. Which makes sense in hindsight, but why would she still work a match like that when she's already injured? Which brings me to a little question I'm gonna throw in right here.
Alright.
Does Sasha need to tone down her in-ring style a bit?
Yes. I understand, you know, that's the way she wants to work, is to, you know, steal the show every time she's out in the ring, give it her all, but
the thing is,
Sasha, we all love you.
She doesn't need to do that anymore. She's over enough to where people don't want her to literally kill herself every single match.
It was, I don't know. I would like to see more Sasha for years to come instead of...
Exactly.
You know,
so
I'll be fine with good matches from Sasha for a long time over amazing matches from Sasha for a short time before she's forced to retire from injuries.
The match was really good, I have to say that, but tone it down a little bit on the risky side. And she needs to tone it down a bit.
Yeah.
Will she tone down? I don't really know. I think she's old enough and smart enough to know what she's doing. If she wants to do it like that, she's probably fully aware of that it might shorten her career. So I don't know. It's really scary. I really want to watch a match of hers that's not scaring the crap out of me.
Yes.
All the time. So now she is out with an injury. Let her heal up. I hope she's gonna win the title back once she comes back, because I can't take another long Charlotte reign.
Oh God. No.
No offense towards Charlotte. She's a good wrestler, but she just came off of a 300-day title reign, and
she's
another
kind of
one.
A boring champion.
And yeah, what's left for her to do as a champion?
Exactly.
So, but please, Sasha, tone it down a gear.
Stop killing yourself.
You don't need to kill yourself every time. Just the suicide dives, I think, are fine. Those are fine. Sometimes she lands bad, I know, but
Yeah. Then you always have that risk with suicide dives.
they always have that risk. Yeah,
I don't know.
less scary. Moving onwards.
Right.
The next match, I didn't really even pay attention.
It was the IC title match, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, that would explain.
I was more on Twitter than watching the actual match.
Like, nothing
It was-
against Miz or in Apollo Crews. It's just there was no reason to care about this match, and we knew Miz was going to retain anyways.
Yep, because Apollo Crews doesn't have any character whatsoever right now.
It's like, hi, I'm a freaking...
I'm a smiling guy who does some flippy shit.
Yeah, and can also throw people around if I want to.
Yep. I think we need to introduce someone else to this pod, though, because, hey, he made it.
Hey, look, it's the Thunder here.
Hi,
Hello.
I was away at a walk-in clinic, which is why I'm late. I couldn't really join because they were getting dealt with another walk-in clinic's bullshit of you need anxiety pills, though you really don't because they don't know how to properly prescribe me. I want to know. They're trying too hard for me to be a patient to their place because new place and fuck.
They want
I'm just
people.
taking what I went in to go for in the first place, not their other crap.
Anyways, we just
We're
finished
kinda...
discussing the
Anyways,
women's
go ahead.
title match, and we're in the
No,
IC
go
Cup
ahead.
match.
Just keep talking.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it was hardly any match. I think it was just under 6 minutes, so
Yeah.
it pretty much shows how
It's like, hey, cool.
throwaway this match was. It was just on the card for the sake of having an IC title match, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the Creed's
Yeah.
Miz match? The absolute throwaway it was. It kind of just felt like it was nothing.
Pretty much.
Anyways, moving onward to what definitely was match of the night.
Ah.
AJ
great.
Styles versus John Cena.
The greatest match of the greatest match of the... okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Probably one of, like, if not... Definitely top 3
Again,
of the main roster matches of the year.
there were 10 matches on the card. This was the 4th match.
13
This
if
is
you
a
count the pre-show.
stacked freaking card.
The 4th
What?
match on the actual show. And it was the match of the night.
Yep. Which
And
honestly,
of course,
going on so early probably helped them because, you know, the crowd wasn't drained of...
same with Charlotte versus Sasha, which was my second best match of the night. Was the second match.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, watching this match live on the stream or event or whatever you want to say, it
On
was
the
awesome.
network,
It was just the two had perfect chemistry. They never stopped. They never slowed down. It was just constant move, get all the good stuff in, keep the momentum going. It was wonderful.
And to
Big match,
quick-
John
quick-
delivers very well.
Quick throw in to anyone who still says John Cena can't wrestle. Fuck you! You don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
you ain't know.
To anyone who says John Cena can't wrestle, you all it reminds me is just people who don't want to believe that he's capable of pulling off good matches
They don't
when
want
he
to
needs
believe.
to be.
He's one of the most consistent performers on the roster.
I mean, that's why he's
his-
been the guy for
His
the
US
past
Open
decade.
His US Open Challenge week in week out proved that he had great matches with a variety of opponents. Anyone he has been in the ring with, he can get a good match out of. I know he does some loud move calling during his matches. That's always very audible.
You talk too
It's-
much.
His five moves of doom, but he still tries to include different moves in his arsenal every time.
And he knows how to put on a
Sometime-
great match.
Sometimes those,
Cena has a lot of moves. People just don't realize it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't really work out, like the springboard stunner.
Yeah.
Which is probably
God.
why he doesn't do it anymore.
Thank
He
God.
doesn't do it anymore. Yes.
It's okay. We have a
thank
much
God.
better stunner now, thanks to Ember Moon.
But yeah, there's like a video on YouTube you could watch. It has John Cena's capable has like 65 different moves John Cena has done. So if people say he only knows like 4 or 5 moves, I would take a look at that video because that's definitely not
Yep.
true.
But one of the biggest WTF moments of this match is AJ Styles kicking out of the Super AA.
Yes.
I
He
think
got
nobody would
an
have
AA
thought.
off the second rope.
I think nobody
And
would
still
have thought
kicked
he
out.
would kick out.
Yeah.
And afterwards, it was just great. The camera panned on John Cena's face, who was in complete disbelief.
He was sitting there for a good solid like 2 minutes, just
while
blankly
Like,
staring at AJ like
while
he
AJ's
did that. Holy.
AJ Styles was slowly crawling to the other corner, trying to get back up, and John Cena was just sitting there in disbelief, like,
Yes.
holy shit, how did he do that?
Yeah. He just
Like-
he just kicked out. What do I do now?
What do I
What?
do now exactly?
Because it's like literally he's now literally done every single move he can throw at Styles, and nope, he's still kicking out.
He's still alive.
And AJ Styles, of course, beat John Cena clean
Yep.
as a whistle.
With a
club
combination
involved.
Styles clash and phenomenal forearms.
No
Hooray.
ref bump, no Jon Stewart, nothing.
God, no club.
Yep.
None of that bullshit.
The torch has been passed, basically.
And
Now
after-
remember that line they used during the promo where he's like, AJ Styles beat John Cena. This time he can actually back it up for real this time.
Yes.
And after the match, John Cena, after AJ left, John Cena took off his armband and left it in the ring. His never give up armband.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of symbolic. Is he done with the WWE?
Ooh.
Probably not.
No.
He'll just be more in a part-time role.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was already planned. He would have been doing part-time roles because
Just a way
he wants
to,
to
set
extend
it
his
up.
career. It's a way to extend his career so it doesn't suddenly go as shorter than he probably wants it to. Plus, he's also getting into the movie business similar to The Rock because he was in the one film and that did pretty well. So
And-
he's probably getting more opportunities.
He's now pushing 40. He's just a couple months older than AJ Styles, I know, but he's been at the top of WWE for 15 years
Yeah.
now.
Exactly.
Times they
And
are a changing.
I think AJ Styles is a very good replacement for him as the face of SmackDown.
Yes, absolutely.
Just as experience, probably the best wrestler in the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
He delivers on a constant basis. He's great at promos. He's such a good heel.
He's got
And
it all.
I'm
He's
really
what the-
excited.
He's what the people want.
He is
People
phenomenal.
People were fearing that the WWE would waste AJ Styles after his loss at WrestleMania against Chris Jericho. But no, he was right there in the main event picture after WrestleMania with the matches against Roman Reigns.
Yeah, and then John
And
Cena.
then the feud with John Cena.
Yeah, and getting the victory cleanly over John Cena really boosts his
Oh yeah.
really boosts his career in WWE.
Strap a rocket to his back and shoot him to the moon.
That's basically what happened.
To the moon.
And beyond.
Yes.
Anyways, moving onwards, there were his clubmates in action.
Mm-hmm.
It was, of course, a tag title match. And, of course, this was the segment that Jon Stewart got involved.
Fucking Jon Stewart.
He tried to do the New Day intro, and God, it was cringy.
He just kind of let the crowd finish, thankfully. What can be said about this match other than it?
I don't know.
It didn't feel significant for a tag
the
title
New Day
match.
and the New Day and the club didn't really click. They don't really
Yeah.
click.
Mm-hmm.
And Big E made his big return.
Yay!
And he ended the match in the DQ when he attacked the Club when they tried to give Jon Stewart ring post-Titus,
Mm-hmm.
which everyone in Brooklyn would have wanted.
Yeah.
because
Exactly.
He's still hated in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. People don't care.
Yeah, the club wins, but they don't get the gold.
Which means New Day has held the titles for over a year now.
Yay!
Oh my god.
Wow.
It's a new year. Yes, it is.
I think it's still time for some new tag champs.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
nothing
think I think that's the thing. I think the New Day is starting to wane on the fans because they've had their time in the spotlight, and now the fans are like, "You've been great, but we want something new now to switch things up."
if that means splitting the New Day. Honestly, at this point, I might be fine with it. I know it was like half a year ago. People were saying, "Please never split the New Day, never do it."
And
But
now there are people who are probably like, "Yeah, they should probably split."
As long as they don't get repackaged poorly, which is always a possibility.
Yeah,
I can
certainly
see-
hope for the same.
I can see Big E being a good, big guy closer towards Maze
You'll
Yeah.
get there eventually.
Mhm.
And maybe Xavier and Kofi in the US title scene,
Mhm.
or still keeping
maybe
the
even-
tag team.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. You never
We'll
know.
see.
I don't know. We'll see.
The New Day are still champions, so we have got to get that out of the way first.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
but I think another match with the club definitely is on the horizon because it was a
Absolutely.
DQ.
Yeah. That's definitely not over.
Then we come to the next questionable thing on the card.
Mm.
Next up was the WWE World Championship match.
This was at the halfway
Before-
point of the show.
Before the
Yeah,
US
it's like-
title match, before the 6-woman tag match.
Yeah, it was like, what was the? Why are you gonna make the most prestigious title that SmackDown has be like mid card?
Mhm.
It just doesn't make any sense.
And let's not forget,
Yep.
this was the title that was defended in the main
Main
event of WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And now it's
the most relevant title at WrestleMania, and now it's just mid card. What the fuck?
like, honestly, SmackDown kind of got the shaft at SummerSlam because all their matches were over and the Raw matches
Well,
were the
the
precedents.
SmackDown
It
women.
was so annoying. It really was.
The only SmackDown match that was higher up the card than Raw match was the women's match, and that
Mhm.
didn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's like why?
That's
Why would you?
if anything, that was just a cool down match, which I can understand placement on the card since it is a cool down match, but still.
Yep. Still.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was kind of disappointed with this
Yeah,
match.
they didn't have much time, and it was
build-
mostly Ambrose.
The build for this match was pretty amazing, I must say. But the match itself, it was mostly Ambrose, and he won with only one dirty deed.
Yeah, it was very underwhelming.
You thought Dolph
And-
Ziggler would have had more fight in him.
Yeah, it basically killed every bit of momentum Ziggler had leading up to this match. Boy, did he have a lot of it, though.
He did have a lot of momentum.
But
He was
yeah.
actually thriving on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I think Thunder had him twice as a wrestler of the week, which just shows that.
Mm-hmm.
This week though for Ziggler, he did okay. He did what he could, but yeah, he's not
Yeah.
getting it a third straight time.
It was just disappointing that probably the match that had the best build up in all the entire card was just so lackluster.
And now from the match with the best,
I mean, it was a mediocre match basically.
it was not a bad match. It
No,
was
not
Yeah,
at
it
all.
wasn't bad. It was just mediocre.
average. Like SmackDown live main event caliber, I'd say.
Yeah.
On a TV
Mhm.
TV match quality. Then we from the match with the best build to the match with the worst or no build at all. The 6-woman title, not title, 6-woman
Remember,
tag match.
This came after the very belt that was defended in the final main event of WrestleMania.
But to this match, they actually went there. They actually did Eva Marie's intro.
Yep, they
even
did.
though she was suspended.
But it's okay.
She's-
She's suffering from anxiety or whatever. And just taking
Yeah,
medication.
Well, that's why she's taking Adderall, right?
Yes.
Well, she's off vacationing somewhere, but they found a replacement for her.
And apparently, according to backstage, nobody knew this was going to happen. Up until
So-
you hear the, you can look but you can't touch. Nikki Bella's
hard.
back.
It's
Hello.
hard for me to get excited. I was never that huge of a Bella fan. I mean,
I'm not either.
Nikki has improved in the ring. I get
Nikki's
that.
getting better.
Yeah.
She is.
I,
She is.
I respect her for that, but I still just don't like the Bellas.
Yeah, I'm just not a big fan myself.
Uh,
So,
No,
yeah,
some,
she was-
some people. It's especially because she still has that very diva-like look to her, and you know.
and shaking her booty and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
But, yeah, she was Eva's replacement on the heel team, mind you.
I'd get a huge pop.
Mm-hmm.
The heel team gets the biggest pop. What?
Well, I mean, you know, that's not out of the ordinary.
That is true.
But, yeah, this match just kind of happened, and it had the
I
result.
thought it was pretty good for what it was.
Oh, yeah, it was a good match. All 6 women, you know, did their thing.
They got
did
plenty
well.
of time.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah.
Nothing bad to say about it. But
No.
the heel team went over.
Yeah.
Was it-
Well, it was
it was-
mostly Nikki Bella going over.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
After it was clear that Nikki Bella's on the heel team, you probably could guess that it was them winning.
Yeah.
and
Or at
Nikki
least
Bella
Nikki's, like, not going to be involved in the decision.
Nikki went over Carmella, which of course also makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And she debuted a new finisher, the TKO, which is 10 times better than the rack
Yeah.
attack.
It's basically a rack attack where she goes to her back rather than her knees.
Yeah. It's a fireman's carry cutter is what it is.
Yep, it looks good.
Yeah, I liked it.
It's
It's
awesome.
very effective, gets the job done.
Charge.
And afterwards, we go to the next main title match. Going before the US title match.
It's the
we all
debut
kind
of the Universal Championship.
And they may just have called it the controversial championship because it was very controversial.
It looks like a McDonald's toy.
Alright, here's the thing I have with the Universal title. I don't mind the red strap at all. In fact, I kind of like the red strap. It's
But-
the fact that the plates and the emblems are the exact same as the world and women's titles. There's no unique identity to it other than the red strap.
It's basically a women's championship with a red strap instead of...
It's just ugly.
Yeah, it's just all red everything. It
Yeah,
was
it's the
designed
Eva
by
Marie
Eva
title.
Marie.
It's
And
the,
it's just lazy.
it's the championship I spilled ketchup all over.
It's just lazy designing. Just give them different identities. Make the
Yes.
titles look different.
How
Why would you make them all look the
I
same?
would have taken the freaking meme and had the Universal Studios logo over that.
Just
Oh my god.
give us back the old World Heavyweight Championship, the gold belt.
Yeah.
It looks
The big,
different.
the big gold belt was the best.
It really was.
I always loved the design of it. I will never I will never understand why they couldn't just get together and say, you know what, we don't care if it's been used before. It's still a great looking belt. We should. I just.
Or like,
It's-
redesign
it's-
it in a way that makes it its own, gives it its own
Yeah.
identity, while still kind of paying homage to
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Bringing back the World Heavyweight Championship might be lazy as well, but it looks different. I think all the belts looking the same just devalues them because
Yeah.
if I have the one belt, why would I want the other one? It looks exactly the same.
It's like, oh, I want the one with the red strap instead of the black
Because
strap. Okay.
Fits my color scheme
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, the match itself was really good.
The match itself was
It was a decent match.
It was a good match.
It was.
It was
The crowd chants kind of
ruined it a
took
bit.
away from it because they were chanting, we want a new belt and delete and
Yeah, the
all that
delete
stuff.
chant.
delete.
Yeah,
Tom
they
Hardy's
were
taking over the world.
they were quite relentless about how much they did not like the belt. So
Yeah. And it took away from the fact that there was a very good match happening right in front of them. Which it was.
And Finn Balor went over.
Yay!
hey,
Holy shit!
Hit
The
Sethy
push
Poo
is
with-
actually coming.
Yeah.
Except
We'll get to
we'll
that.
get to that
We'll get to that.
later.
But hey, they actually pulled the trigger on Finn Balor and made him the
Actually
first
pulled the
Universal
trigger.
Champ.
they made him the man.
Like
Yep.
they hoisted him to the very top
But
immediately.
I think since they debuted the demon character, they actually had to do it, or you would have just killed the demon character right there. If
Yeah.
it lost his first match.
It's like, yeah,
You have to do it. You have
like,
to pull the
alright.
trigger now. No way back now.
it's like, all right, Finn Balor has this really good demon gimmick.
That never gets beaten except that one time by Samoa Joe in a cage match.
Mm-hmm.
But Samoa Joe is a monster, so
Yeah. So it's okay.
They're probably just gonna pretend that one loss didn't really exist.
Yeah.
Clearly.
guess that's what WWE does. Except on Talking Smack, but we'll get to that
We'll get to
later.
that.
Anyways, it was a really good match.
Mhm.
I think the third best match of the night. Probably would have been the second best if the crowd chants didn't
Yeah.
take away from
I wasn't
it.
really. I'm gonna be a bit controversial. I wasn't that bothered by the crowd chants, mostly because I wasn't really paying attention to it. I was more paying attention to the match itself.
I was, yeah.
That was
but-
my problem. I was paying attention to the crowd chants too much at the start.
Mhm. I mean,
But again,
I mean, I could hear it, but I could hear it, but I was like, whatever. You guys can do your thing because we can complain all we want. There's always gonna be those crowds that are gonna do that, no matter how many times people will say not to do things, stupid shit like
Also-
that. So
Mhm.
Also, another little thing I want to mention is that Seth Rollins used one of his old finishers, which was called Gift of the God, I think,
Mhm.
and was a kind of small package driver, which is a really cool move.
Mm.
Like a
Yeah,
driver
man, the
direct
gift of the
to a small
God.
pack-
that's a cool
God.
move and all, man. But I'll think I'll. You could keep your gift of gods. I'm just gonna have the gift of Jericho.
Yes.
Yeah. Also,
So Gift of the Gods,
oh
that's
no.
a Lucha Underground title.
I was about to say, isn't that Matanza's finisher?
Yeah.
No, that's the Wrath of the Gods. I get confused. Anyways, next up was the US title match. Going after the two main titles, fucking Roman
Roman Reigns.
in the mid card. No way, still on top. Still
This
the last match.
was
He's on
the
mid-card,
prime
something.
definitive moment in which you could literally say, we have tried and tried and tried to tell them, look, we don't care about Reigns, but no matter what, even if he's not in the main event, he still has to go after the main championships. That was a giant slap in the face, and I'm definitely hoping that for Raw pay-per-views, should he hopefully not win the title again, at least until much later, that he doesn't go after them. Like I hope they don't. I hope they don't pull a CM Punk where this is the guy who holds the biggest title,
But he doesn't
he's
go
getting-
last.
Yeah.
But people like John Cena and John Laurinaitis have the main event.
Mm.
That's just mind blowing.
Yeah.
But, anyways,
The match didn't actually happen,
no.
which is why they had that almost half-hour brawl at freaking SmackDown.
SmackDown, you mean Raw?
Raw, yeah.
Yeah, the match never got started because Rusev attacked Roman before the match because, of course,
Mm-hmm. He's angry.
crashed his wedding celebration and he just did the honorable thing, defending his wife's honor.
By the way, Rusev is the heel.
Yeah.
You know,
And-
just doing the thing he should be
Figure that
doing.
one
But
out.
But Rusev can't even go over in the brawl because, of course, Roman Reigns stands tall in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will say that
And-
spear he hit at the end was
Brutal.
really good.
It was really good indeed.
Mhm.
It was good. I don't really have any complaints about Reigns as a in-ring worker. I think give him a good star, give him some good time. He can deliver a good match.
Just look at the
He's
matches
just-
against AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's just that he just doesn't ooze the idea into the fans that he's the one that everyone should care about. He just he seems too arrogant. He seems too cocky and full of himself. He leaves that good-looking dude vibe persona that people don't care about anymore. They care about the ability of the actual star, both in the ring and on the mic. Reigns is a decent in-ring worker, but on the mic, oh god, I'd rather fall asleep
Suffering
most of the time.
succotash.
Tater tots.
Succotash. Oh god, no.
I'm not a tater tots. I'm
Delete.
not a suffering succotash. I am deleted.
I'm the lead, yeah.
And then the main event.
Oh boy.
Which kind of blurred the lines between reality and fiction.
Yeah, that was.
They tried to blend work and shoot, and it was like.
And they made Brock Lesnar absolutely murder Randy.
Yeah.
I think Randy hit
Randy?
about 3 moves. 2 RKOs and a DDT.
Yeah.
And that was it.
I think it was the
DDT.
Yeah, it was the DDT that apparently caused the whole problem.
Probably.
But
'Cause
I've also read rumors that the finish was actually planned to go down like this.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Doubt
Not-
it.
Just not in this extreme kind of way.
I don't think Randy's head was supposed to be, sliced open quite that severely.
And
He
this is
should've-
why I don't understand the appeal of Brock Lesnar these days.
There is
It's
none.
just the same. It's just the same match over and over again. He just dominates people, goes over them, makes them not look very strong. Was the same as versus Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania.
Mhm.
Same here, and he just left
He just
Randy
does-
on.
He just
He
does the
just-
same thing over and over again, then leaves for a few months.
Yep.
It's like I'm sorry, I'm getting so sick and tired of saying this all the time.
Brock
People
Lesnar.
complain about, oh, we're getting tired of seeing John Cena doing the same thing all the time. Well, Cena at least had a little bit more creativity. Lesnar has literally been doing the same thing for the last 3 to 4 years now. Ever since he beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania, it's been rinse and repeat.
Mm-hmm.
One exception for that is maybe his match with the 2015,
His match
which
with
was a very good match.
You cut out.
His match with
Seth Rollins.
John Cena and Seth Rollins at Royal Rumble at 2015.
Well, I mean, it was a really good match, but I think I'm going to be a bit of a controversial one. I think most of that match was carried by Cena and Rollins.
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah. But
So-
yeah, you're right. Also,
I don't know.
the match is
He just bores me. He really does.
or Kalesa. Yeah, his matches don't even have any meaning. Like, what did the match at WrestleMania do for him or Ambrose?
It did absolutely nothing.
It's like, okay.
And
Yep.
and on the Steve Austin show podcast, Ambrose was pretty critical because he had so many great ideas that he wanted
Yep.
to do to make the match good, and Lesnar just didn't want to do any of them.
Mm-hmm.
He just didn't care.
Yeah, of course,
Lesnar is the reason why that match was not good.
because he was leaving for UFC afterwards. Of
Yeah,
course,
he didn't care. He's
anymore.
never cared. He just wants to get his paycheck and then go do something else for a few months. Probably just live on his farm
He is-
away from everyone.
He is
Remember
literally.
when he left for the first time? The match with Goldberg. He didn't care. He gave the fans a finger.
I mean, he said it himself when Adam Blampied interviewed him that he's a prize fighter. He just shows up for the money and then leaves.
Yep.
yeah.
And,
I
that's
ca- and I
gimmick
can't- and-
infringement.
And I
Because
just can't. I just can't personally care for a guy who just does that in the kind of thing. It works.
that's-
If you're a boxer or only ever a UFC fighter, then it would make a lot more sense. When you're working at WWE, it doesn't blend very
Yeah.
well.
No.
And that's the reason why we like the likes of Sasha Banks, Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, John Cena, AJ Styles, because we all know they have 100% passion for this business and
Yeah.
what they're doing. And
They care
they're
about.
leaving their heart in the ring. They're caring about making good matches and entertaining their fans, and doing their absolute best to do so. That's
Yeah.
why we
Yeah.
like them.
They
Brock
wrestle
Lesnar,
because they
none of them.
love. They wrestle because they love wrestling. Lesnar does it because it's a paycheck.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. You shouldn't do that.
And I can't get aboard for it. I mean, that if that's how he sees it for himself, great, good for him.
Yeah, if he
You know,
doesn't care-
he's been very successful in what he does, and I'm not gonna take that away from him and anything. But honestly, if all you're ever to be in the WWE is just be a prize fighter, then really you're in it for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
You're in the company for the wrong reasons.
I
You're in a
can-
company that you basically don't blend well in.
I can sum this up
only
with
reason-
one simple question: if he doesn't care about us, then why should we care about him?
Exactly.
Hmm.
The thing is, though, he will not stop appearing
No.
because he just draws.
Yep.
Yeah.
He sells,
The only time he will stop appearing is when he stops drawing.
Hmm.
which will never be because a lot of people still see the appeal in Brock Lesnar. I don't.
I'm
I
not
don't.
one of them.
The appeal is lost to me.
I personally didn't care about this match. The only way this match could have been made interesting if, like, Heath Slater interrupted.
Yeah, like we
That
were
counts
all
for
wanting
nothing.
Slater to show up just to make this match worth watching.
Weren't the
would've been
fans
really
chanting "We
abusing.
want Slater" at the end?
They
I think
were.
they did.
Yes. Like they were chanting for either Slater or Goldberg to
Or
show up.
Goldberg, yeah.
It
But
was
no,
amusing to me.
it just ended with Lesnar walking off while Randy was laying in the ring in a pool of his own
Of course, he
blood.
also F5 Shane
the-
McMahon.
Oh yeah, that too.
Basically, the voices were escaping out of a gash out of his head.
Yes.
And now we're probably gonna get a Shane McMahon versus Brock Lesnar match.
It's basically Shane McMahon's
Good.
funeral.
God. Please, no.
Yeah. Oh my
I mean-
God.
I feel bad for Shane to say this, but it's a match I care even less about because Shane is not even a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
I have a
nothing
very
against
simple-
Shane. He's a really entertaining guy when he's actually in a match, but
Oh yeah, Shane's entertaining as hell.
he's not going to be able to do shit because it's just going to be Bork crush, Bork suplex,
90
suplex, F5.
It'll be Brock gets all the momentum 99.99% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, but yeah.
So, yeah.
That was the thing we had to go home by. You know what I thought about that match?
Absolutely.
Oh,
fucking
that is not the
awful.
right thing.
Way to go.
Alright, let's try that again. This is what I thought about it.
Minus 5 stars!
That was not a main event
Nope.
that people should have gone home to. That was terrible. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Orton
Um,
tried what he could, and and Lesnar just at least wanted to make it shocking, but I was not entertained.
Nope.
That's definitely the worst way they could have ended SummerSlam because,
They should have just ended on Styles versus Cena.
like,
That was main
you
event.
want you want people to leave the arena in good with in a great mood talking about holy crap that was amazing, oh my god, but instead we got everyone leaving it just in a stunned silence like
Yes.
oh
The thing is, it's pretty hard to make the fans leave in a good mood where almost every match gets won by the heel.
yeah
Well, you could have ended with Balor versus Rollins. because,
it was heel slam.
yeah.
Oh man.
Uh-oh. Someone has his mic muted. We're gonna
Knocking
carry
on-
on, though.
Knocking
Overall-
on Evan's door.
Overall, SummerSlam was a weird show. The wrestling was good for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah,
booking was
it was-
questionable.
Oh, the booking was terrible. I'm gonna just say it straight up. I did not. Looking back at it, the booking was bad, really bad.
Yeah, one decision was due to injury, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course.
Women's
Yep.
title, but
The only
Still.
major problem I had about the booking was match placement. That's the only big problem I had.
As well.
Match
as well.
placement was,
It's all over the
you've,
damn place.
you've already heard us talk about that. Well, mostly them. I came in later because
Mm-hmm.
walk-in clinic, and them giving me an extra thing that I'm not taking because I don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yep.
and before people start saying, but maybe you should take it.
Yeah.
I really don't need to take it. It's
Anyways.
a
It's
misdiagnosis.
fine.
It's
So yeah.
I think some people pointed it out on Twitter, like WrestleMania and SummerSlam were both very weird shows that just felt out of place in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the storylines and all that stuff, it just felt weird.
It really did.
Like if WWE doesn't even know how to book the big pay-per-views anymore.
Ugh.
SummerSlam, personally, SummerSlam for what it was this year was okay.
It was
not,
okay.
It was not great. It was not terrible. It was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it a C plus.
But this is probably without question in terms of the main pay-per-views we've had this year. I'd say this is probably close to WrestleMania for being the weakest of the year.
Yeah.
Mm.
Not quite as weak as WrestleMania, but it's not far off.
The weakest still probably will be Fastlane, just because that's just a pay-per-view that
It was
I
there.
didn't.
doesn't really do anything
Yeah.
for anyone.
It wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't that bad. But
Well, yeah.
anyways, moving on to the next night.
So, from all the fallout of SummerSlam, we have Monday Night Raw. The
And we're
third.
gonna start with a very, very simple one.
Uh,
Because, as if Sasha Banks being injured wasn't enough, Finn Balor injured his shoulder, and
during when
During the-
Rollins power bombed him into the barricade.
I
Actually-
think it was due to Seth Rollins throwing him a bit too early.
Yeah.
So he kind of threw his arm back
Yeah.
to
Catch himself.
not go in neck first into
Mhm.
the barricade, and he
Mhm.
popped his shoulder.
Mm,
He popped it right back in
Yeah.
and finished the match.
But
But he requires surgery and is out for probably 6 months. 6 months.
damn it.
He just gets up to the main roster and he's already down.
1 month and he's down.
So much for the Bullet Club taking over
So-
the world.
And Raw has lost arguably the 2 biggest stars going forward in one night.
Yeah.
Talk
for-
about bad luck.
Hmm.
How do you recover from this Raw? How do you do it?
Not at all. They don't.
Oh.
What they did
Yeah.
do, however.
What they did do, however, is start determine a new champion, which they need, of course.
Yes.
And the first one of this was Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn.
Mhm.
And oh wait, first I want to bring up a question:
Okay.
Is Seth Rollins an unsafe in-ring worker? Because he is injured. So John Cena, he broke his nose. He has ended Sting's career. Now he's injured Balor. What are your opinions on that?
I don't think so. I think he might need to work on, like, setting up, like, his buckle bomb to where it's, a
Which
safer
brings-
setup and,
Which brings me to the next question: should the buckle bomb be banned?
I say no.
If people
I'd say no.
only if people keep getting injured from this, then it should. But otherwise, if he can hit it without injuring more people, then no.
Like, I think Sting himself said he's the one who messed up the buckle bomb, as far as...
Yep.
Yeah.
And again, Seth Rollins pretty much does the buckle bomb in all his big matches, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Roman
I mean-
Reigns was fine. Dean Ambrose was fine.
Well,
Hell,
Dean
John
Ambrose
Cena
doesn't count because he has a
Hell,
titanium
when John
neck.
Cena's nose broke, it wasn't a buckle bomb.
No, it was a knee, and that happens.
Yeah.
I mean, other seemingly safe injure people at times. Just look at Joe's muscle bust and what he did to Tyson Kidd.
Mm-hmm.
It's just stuff that happens.
Yeah,
It's
it just
bad luck.
happens.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't tone it down to certain people or certain moves. If they would ban moves that injure people, there would be no suicide dives, there would
Yeah.
be no Hurricane Ranas or no running power bombs at all.
There wouldn't be
because
much left to do.
No, they would just do like forearms all the time.
Yes.
Mhm. Pretty much.
I would also not say that Seth Rollins is a. I know Bret Hart thinks otherwise,
Yeah.
but
Bret's
he's
a little
always
pissed.
been a little bitter about the WWE and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, first match of the series was a series of 4 matches. All the winners would go on into a fatal 4-way match next week to determine the new Universal Champion.
Mm-hmm.
First match was Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn. Again, a good match.
Yep.
We had another injury scare in this match.
Uh-huh.
Sami Zayn seemingly rolled up his ankle. He sold it the whole match.
Yeah.
I hope
I
it's not a real
think it's
injury.
been confirmed as a work.
Yeah. So that's a good thing.
But that being said, he did a damn good job selling it.
Agreed.
Even
And
going as far as
Seth
to, limping while trying to do his Haluva kick.
Seth Rollins didn't even touch him and he got injured.
Yeah. It's the Seth Rollins curse. Damn you,
Oh,
Rambo
no.
Apocalypse.
Anyways,
CrossFit
yeah.
Jesus is angry at everyone.
Seth Rollins won. Of course. Poor Sammy.
Mhm.
Still very directionless on the main roster.
Yeah, unfortunately. Because he had all the momentum in the world after beating Kevin Owens.
KO. Yeah. They didn't do anything with it.
Nope. Sadly.
Maybe he'll enter the US title scene now.
Yeah,
I hope
Maybe.
so. Sami Zayn versus Rusev sounds like a heck of a fun time.
That would be a good one. Yes.
A heckin' fun time.
Absolutely.
Anyways, moving on.
Next.
Next qualifying match was Kevin Owens versus Neville, who wasn't in the opening segment that set it all up, so it was kind of a dead giveaway of who's gonna win this
It's
match.
like, oh, Neville's here, okay.
It was another fun match.
Mhm.
Kevin Owens won due to a Jericho distraction because he has his back, you know,
Yeah.
the best butts.
Uh-huh.
And
That's right.
Kevin Owens won with a Argentine neck breaker, not the pop-up powerbomb, surprisingly.
Yeah, that's
So,
so strange.
different move for a finish. I'm always up for
He's
that.
ripping off Nikki Bella.
Yeah. I'm always up for some different finishes, not
Yeah.
always the same one.
Mhm.
Always with the finisher, because then it just gets
It's good
a
to
little
have
too
some
predictable.
variety.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You're not saying, I was like, oh, is he gonna get the win with the signature move that's never a finisher? No, we need, like, different finishing moves.
Like, Sami Zayn should win at least one match with the Blue Thunder Bomb at some point.
Yes, absolutely.
Anyways, moving onwards, the New Day was celebrating a bit in the ring
Mm-hmm.
for their 1-year anniversary now.
With being the tag
Awesome.
team champs.
The Doctors come out to demand another title shot because they won via DQ.
Mhm.
Exactly,
they're
like they
entitled to
deserve.
another. And this week we got a match between Big E and Carl Anderson out of it. It was a way too short match.
Yeah.
Correct.
Anderson Gallows continued to look like absolute goons.
Unfortunately.
They don't look very good at the
Mhm.
time. They try to interfere, get knocked down again, don't get in much offense in the matches. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Big E defeats Carl Anderson. Nothing more to say about.
mhm.
Although at the entrance, Piggy was dishing out bootios out of a big bowl with a giant spoon. It was kind of neat.
Yes.
Fucking
He should do
baby.
them more often.
Absolutely.
Fucking-
More baked bootios, please, man.
Just throwing bootios at people.
And
Yes.
then we move on to an absolute train wreck of a promo.
Oh god,
I
this
tried
is
to-
why he doesn't promo.
This is
Good
why
on
you
them
don't
for getting Titus a shot.
at giving a 5-minute promo, but
He fucked it up
Oh.
immediately.
It
That's
was
why you
not
don't-
good.
that's why I don't give long scripted promos to anyone.
Yeah.
Just let them do their thing in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make it that long. Give him a rough
Yeah.
script to
Give
go
him an
by.
idea of what he has to say, and then let him put his own flavor on
Let
it.
him put, yeah,
Exactly.
not like this. It was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God Bob Backlund came out at some point.
Finally.
Put an end to this.
Mm-hmm.
And put Titus O'Neil in the crossface chicken wing. Because he's a crazy grandpa, you know? But
Yes.
in the end... of
Grandpa
course-
ain't taking this boring shit.
Mm-hmm.
And in the end, of course, Titus gets the better of him.
Yeah. Darren
Which
Young.
of course led to Darren Young coming out, who had a clash of the Titus. Titus O'Neil's heel turn is complete. God, this was not a very good segment.
It really
It
wasn't.
doesn't make me care. It doesn't make me care about the feud anymore.
No.
Anyways,
It's just there to be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Sadly, I want to care about it, but they don't do a good job at making me care about it.
Mm-hmm. Because I like Darren Young. It's just, yeah.
He's a good in-ring performer,
Yeah.
but
Anyways, next up, had another qualifier match.
yeah.
This time it was Big Cass
Versus
versus
Ruru.
our boy Ruru, who was
Yeah,
selling rib injury from last night.
which led to this match ending via countout.
Mm-hmm. Because
Big
Rusev
Cass
just
defeated Rusev via countout because Rusev just decided it's not worth it for the Union title. I'm in. Rather just keep my US title and go with it.
yeah, he's just
Screw
like
it.
piss on this. You can have the shot.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then we come to one of my favorite things of Raw, a backstage interview with Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens and Tom Phillips.
Mm-hmm.
Or
No.
Philip.
Philip.
Yeah,
Philip,
Philip.
that's what they call him now.
Mhm.
And there was a little bit of tension between Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. Because, of course, Kevin Owens was already in the match for the Universal title.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris Jericho had another qualifying match to get into it. So they were like, well, I'm going to win the Universal Championship. I'm going to win the Universal
I'm the tag team
Championship.
champions.
Pretty much something like that. They're just so good together.
Yes.
And of course, Chris Jericho told Philip that Roman Reigns was gonna get it.
Get what?
It.
It. Exactly.
Love that. Jericho has the best catchphrases this year.
He's so good as a heel now. That Jericho is best Jericho.
Yes.
The best. Dad Jericho is fantastic.
Oh, another
I
thing to
love
note
it.
is he almost left the interview without calling Philip a stupid idiot.
Yeah,
Almost.
almost. Just almost.
Mhm.
And we head back to the ring where there were Charlotte and Dana Brooke.
Anyways, I'll be right back.
And
Charlotte.
Charlotte was the annoying fuck that she is, was
Mhm.
bragging about her win against Sasha and
I beat her
has a
on
back
my own.
injury and Mick Foley comes out, thankfully. Oh wait, they were already leaving, and then Mick Foley comes out.
Mhm.
Of course, says once Sasha comes back, she gets a rematch. But
In the meantime,
we have some free agent to sign, and there ain't no stopping us now. We celebrate on the floor. It's Bailey to a massive pop.
complete with plenty of wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube men.
Of course, she's gonna get pushed right into the title picture.
Yep. Because we
Which, of
need a
course,
female face.
It's needed now with Sasha's injury.
Mhm.
Do I think Bailey's gonna win the title? Probably not,
Yeah.
because it would totally go against her character
Yeah, I think.
of being the total underdog.
Yeah,
So.
they're gonna save the title change for when Sasha comes back.
Yep. It's probably just. I also have read some rumors that it wasn't planned to push Bailey right into the title picture, but it's
They kinda
now kind
have
of a
to.
necessity.
Yeah,
Yes,
they didn't really have a choice here.
they probably have the match at Clash of Champions. I'm thinking Charlotte probably goes over dirty, just
Maybe.
as a match in between to pass the time until Sasha comes back and
Mhm.
probably claims back the title at Hell in a Cell in Boston. Maybe,
Hopefully,
hopefully.
that'd be nice.
Maybe.
Maybe even in a triple threat. Who
Mhm.
knows?
Who knows?
But yeah, first Bailey gets her in-ring debut against Dana Brooke, and by God, Dana Brooke is the drizzling shit.
Ugh, fuck.
She can't even do like the smash, getting her head smashed in the corner.
She was whipping her ponytail against the buckle. Fucking hell, Dana. I said you had potential, now you're making me eat my words.
She only has potential when she's with Emma. Her and
Yeah.
Charlotte don't have any chemistry. Dana Brooke continues being shit in the ring because of being rushed to the
Bad.
main roster.
Mm-hmm.
Please put her back in NXT. It
Yeah.
would benefit her. It would benefit NXT since they kind of need some female talent.
She's just.
I know Vince and Triple H are pretty high on Dana because of her bodybuilding background and all that stuff,
Of
but
course.
she's just not ready right
I think it's
now.
probably Vince who's more high on her than Triple H, if anything.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of things about Triple H being high on her, to be honest, but
I don't know.
she was good in NXT FM. I give her that. I
Mhm.
liked her there.
I think it was when she was there, that's why he was high on her. But she just hasn't worked at all whilst being on Raw.
Mostly due in part to Emma's injury.
Yep.
Yeah,
And just
pretty
kind of
much.
like, well, fuck, what do we do with her now?
Whatever, Charlotte.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't have any chemistry.
Do it anyways.
Yeah.
Do it
Anyways,
because why
yeah.
not?
Bailey defeated Dana Brooke.
Bailey's
It
on the
was
main
a
roster.
match. Bailey's on the main roster finally. Yoo-hoo.
Yeah.
She's on Raw, which of course leaves the possibility of Bailey versus Sasha.
At
I'm excited.
WrestleMania.
As it should.
In Orlando. That's the main event. Okay, I'm getting a bit too far ahead of me.
You're getting too erect.
Come on.
Yeah.
You know the main
Anyways.
event's gonna be Brock v. Shane. Or Cena Undertaker.
Yeah. Anyways, next up we have Big Dude McSquash Man.
Okay.
And we had the best jobber since James Ellsworth.
Yeah.
Johnny
Knockout.
Mm-hmm. Johnny
Who
Knockout.
likes-
Welcome to
Who
Jackass.
likes big sweaty men.
Mm-hmm. That was
That was his interview.
That was his
Why
reason
would you get into the ring with Braun Strowman? Because I like big sweaty men. Okay then.
Alright, cool.
Alright,
Yeah.
buddy.
Uh-huh.
I think
Good
it's
for
squash.
you, man.
And squash did he get?
Yep.
The best thing about the match were the "Let's go Jobber" chants. Let's go Jobber.
That's
Let's
great.
go
The fans
Jobber.
care.
Maybe.
And well, he get annihilated after the match.
He did get some offense
Yeah.
in. He landed one kick.
After the match, Braun Strowman hit his old finisher that he used before the reverse choke slam, and he demanded the ref to count it again. He was screaming at the ref, "Count it, the ref!" "No, I'm not going to count it." And count did he do because he was scared. Probably pooped his pants at this point.
So that's
Poor
technically
ref.
2 wins.
Or was it a 2 out of 3 falls match?
Possibly.
Braun
Yeah.
Strowman wins 2-0.
Yes.
That's a way to get Braun Strowman over. Those squashes are absolutely great. And we didn't get any squash or video package from Nia Jax this week, so
She's off
next
on
week
vacation.
probably we're gonna get a
I'm not important
Nia
like
Jax
most girls.
squash and Nia Jax squash, but no video package, no squash from Braun Strowman because there was kind of a back and forth between the two. And
And it's going to lead into a match, Nia Jax versus Strowman. Clearly.
of course, clearly. I don't think so.
Nah.
Yeah. Next up, we get to another little sad.
Mm-hmm.
Because
So,
just after 1 year, the Dudley Boys announced their departure from the WWE again.
mm-hmm. I guess that contract that they were going to sign didn't work out. So instead of going for a whatever they were planning in the upcoming weeks with a possible split and a Bubba heel turn, nope, they're gone. Oh,
Yep.
Bubba was heel. Never mind. Shut up, me.
I think it was just there was nothing that was going on with them. They probably wanted to do something, and they're like, yeah, it's just not happening. So
For what they did great.
Mhm.
WWE didn't capitalize when they were coming in pretty hot last year.
Yeah.
They didn't win the tag team titles from the New Day, sadly. Well, at the time I was kinda pro New Day, so yeah, they didn't do anything with the momentum. Then they turned into jobbers. They were entertaining jobbers. Bubba's trash talking all the time was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Was great, but they just had nothing to do,
Yeah.
nothing going on. So
They were
nothing
just
at all.
kind of there.
it's a bit sad, but it
Mhm.
makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it wasn't them just saying goodbye, because those dastardly villains, the Shining Stars, invited them to Puerto Rico. How dare they?
Yeah.
Rude.
Hey, they got 2 tickets to Puerto Rico, at least, for a gift.
Apparently, where their retirement homes are great.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
Cool.
the Dudley Boys didn't too kindly on that. They
Mm-hmm.
knocked them down, set up some tables, but
One
alas,
last table spot.
they didn't get it because Gallows and Anderson had some other plans.
Mm-hmm. Like, hey, this'll help rejuvenate us. Let's beat the crap out of the Dudleys, and they did.
Yeah.
And they delivered a magic killer through the table to Gold Diva.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
testify.
Also, another thing I want to mention, the Dudley Boys mentioned the great TLC matches they had with Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys, which
Delete,
probably led to a delete chant from the
Immediately, just delete.
Anytime the Hardys are gonna get mentioned, you'll hear a delete chant from now on.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
It's fantastic. Or just anything they don't like. Delete.
Oh yeah.
The legend of delete.
Dudley Boys don't go out on a high. They get beaten down, but
Mm-hmm.
at least they get shit by fans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like they're not done with wrestling at all. Just
No, of
with
course
the
not.
WWE.
Yeah. Who knows? They might come back to Tana.
Maybe they're gonna go to WCPW.
Ooh.
Please do.
Oh, testify.
Oh, testify. Please let them beat up Prospect all day,
Yes.
every day.
Yes.
Fuck
Put
boys.
those fuckboys through some tables.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Maybe save one for
And-
Blampier.
Afterwards, we had the main event, which I didn't watch. I tuned out because I was done with
I
Raw at
didn't
this
pay much
point.
attention to it either. It was Roman versus Jericho. Roman won.
Which was, again, the third Raw in a row, which Roman stood tall in.
In the main.
Back to the
event.
same old shit.
So yeah, I really do not want to watch Raw next week.
I
I'm not
am
gonna
worried.
lie.
So, we have a Universal Championship match between Big Cass,
Mm-hmm.
Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens,
Mhm.
Seth Rollins.
Yep.
Please, Kevin Owens, please.
I don't think they're gonna put it on Big Cass
Please.
because that would just be stupid.
Yeah, Big Cass is a
Raw.
definite no.
Roman Reigns would be the idea that I don't want,
God, no.
that I fear.
Kevin
Seth
Owens
Rollins.
would be.
Seth Rollins,
Please, Kevin Owens, please.
Seth Rollins would be the easy option, the one that they're probably going with, and
Mhm.
the one that everybody wants, Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Please.
Please, Kevin Owens.
Here's the thing though about Owens is I would like to see him champion, but it won't make sense because of his current, thing with Jericho he's doing.
Still.
So
Please,
it's
Kevin Owens.
basically between Rollins and Reigns, and for the love of God, do not put that belt on Reigns.
Please,
put
Kevin
it on
Owens.
Kevin Owens. Please. Thank you.
So yeah, that was Raw.
That was so. It was a show.
It was a show.
It still is a absolute chore to sit through all the 3 hours. It's just
It's
too long.
too fucking long. And
Please,
just
but they need, the
the
2 hours need to be there.
and their
again.
constant pushing of Reigns is just so draining.
Mhm.
It's like, ugh.
I mean, he is a good wrestler. I just don't care about his
Yeah,
character.
Mhm.
Please stop.
something new, please. Let's go to the
Yeah.
happier show, SmackDown.
Let's go to the happier show, SmackDown. Yep. Oh.
So, this SmackDown started with a little backstage thing with AJ Styles gloating about how he, beat John Cena. He's the new face that runs this place.
Yep.
Yeah.
And kind of taught Ziggler a little bit, which led to a almost brawl.
Little brawl.
Got broken up quickly though.
It was a bit of foreshadowing, which would be the leading story throughout the show.
Yep.
Mhm.
Also,
we
why in this damn segment? Why in the heck were Eric Rowan and Baron Corbin talking?
Why not?
Because that was their appearance for the episode.
Yep.
That's basically it.
And then we had an opening segment with a lot of tag teams and Daniel and Shane, and some new titles.
They're very blue.
And they're very blue and they look very similar to the Raw titles.
Yeah.
Basically, the SmackDown Women's title is just the Raw Women's title, just blue
Instead of red.
background instead of red. And the tag team titles are
Blue strap
blue
with
strap,
silver plates.
silver pennies.
Mm-hmm. Which in theory-
I do think look a lot better than the Raw ones, though. I will say.
Yeah. Which,
tag
in
team
theory,
titles, yes.
in theory, that would make the SmackDown tag titles more important because they have the silver plates, and the Raw titles only have bronze. Ooh.
But now, what's more important, the blue women's championship or the red one?
The memes. I don't know.
I'd go with red. Probably. I don't know.
Anyways, the titles itself, they look good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just lazy again.
Yeah.
Because same design. Now we have 4 titles that look exactly the same. Twice. If you count the tag team titles at 2 titles.
True.
Raw, 2 titles SmackDown.
Yeah.
It's just lazy.
It's lazy design.
Whatever.
It's a multi-million-dollar company. You'd
is
think they could make different looking titles.
It's the biggest wrestling company in the entire world.
In the
By
world.
far. Like,
Maybe it's as Seth Rollins I think said with people complaining about Universal title, it's not about how the title looks, it's about what it means, but still
And
I prefer
I recall, but isn't this about sports entertainment? If so, then yes, it does matter on how it looks. Drops mic.
it's just better if the shows have a different feel with different looking titles, and they don't
Yeah.
have different looking titles. But anyways, onwards to how the titles will be dished out. The women's title will be determined in a 6-pack challenge at
Backlash.
Backlash. So
Hey.
just the 6 women on the roster will have a 6-woman match for the title. Should be a fine match.
Yeah, I think it should be an elimination match, but,
Probably.
It's not
It's
gonna
probably
happen.
not. I hope Becky wins the title.
Please.
It's probably gonna be Nikki Bella.
No.
Becky.
We want Becky. Also, in the opening segment, people were really hot for Becky.
Yes.
They started chanting for Becky. And
Uh-huh.
Yep.
That was great. Over Nikki Bella,
Yep.
who was also in the ring.
Mhm.
They chanted for Becky. And the tag team championships will be determined in a tag team tournament, which will culminate at
Backlash.
Backlash. But wait, there are only six tag teams on the roster.
That would be a little uneven.
Enter our boy Heath Slater,
Our favorite lovable loser.
Yeah, boy.
who sees new titles and he contention for it, which promptly leads to Daniel Bryan telling Heath Slater that he's not a. So he can't go compete for the women's championship.
Yeah.
But Heath Slater, of course, had his eyes more on the tag team titles, which just is a little problem because he doesn't have a partner. So
Yet.
he has to find a partner by the end of the show. Then he can enter the tournament, and if he wins the tournament, he gets a SmackDown contract. So
Yay.
he gets another chance. Give this man a contract.
Give him a contract, damn it.
Please. Anyways, just as he's walking up the ramp, AJ Styles comes out, and as he's walking by,
Immediately shoots him
Slater
down.
Immediately shoots him
Whoa.
down. I'm not gonna be your partner. Oh,
Nope.
poor Heath.
That was great.
Oh, man.
And of course, he's again gloating about being the new face that runs the place. Wearing,
With
wearing Cena's armband on the head.
yeah.
It's great.
When suddenly he gets jumped by Ziggler, who's still angry.
Very angry. Yep. And that's where this opening segment ends. Good opening segment,
Yeah,
introducing the titles. And we go on to our first match, which was Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss.
With Natalia
match.
and Naomi on commentary.
Why the heck not? Because
Yeah.
but yeah, it was a good match. This time Becky went over because Alexa, of course, defeated her 2 weeks before.
Becky desperately needed a win.
It could have gone
Yes.
on a bit longer, I
Yeah.
think, but it was a fine
For
match.
what it was good.
And in the back, Heath Slater was searching for his tag team partner. When asking The Miz, he didn't really care. He was on the phone, phoning Steven Spielberg, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. As if.
He's gonna be the new Indiana Jones, man.
Somebody should tell The Miz that the last Indiana Jones movie was terrible.
The last
It's
Indiana
okay.
Jones movie was
It's okay, he works for WWE, he's used to being in terrible movies.
Yep. Anyways, moving on. The first tag team match. It was the Ascension versus the Usos.
people versus people.
It was a fine match.
Yeah.
Yes, the Ascension got in more offense than anyone would have ever. Of course, the Usos won. Heck,
Of course.
the Ascension never wins, so.
Yeah.
But
They're
again,
the
it was a
tag
fine
jobbers.
match. It was a good match, I think. Just like they should be. Both teams getting an offense, plenty of time. Nothing bad to say. And then AJ Styles still didn't have enough about talking about his match with John Cena and beating him. So he's again in the ring talking about it. Now he should be the #1 contender, and Dolph Ziggler interrupts him again.
Yep.
But this time Daniel Bryan already had some ideas, making a match. Well, first he agrees that AJ Styles should be the #1 contender.
So that one's squared away. Get that ticked off the board.
Brings off the board. And he announces a match between AJ Styles and settle the differences. If AJ wins, the match at Backlash will be a one-on-one between him and Dean Ambrose. If Dolph wins, he gets added to the mix.
And it becomes a triple threat.
It becomes a triple threat.
So either way, AJ's in the world title match.
As Daniel Bryan already stated with saying he's the #1 contender. Yep. So, yeah. I think I'm fine with the decision.
Mm-hmm.
That AJ Styles shouldn't win another match. He beat John Cena for crying out loud. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
About right.
And next up, we have another women's match with Nikki Bella getting interviewed for the match when suddenly Carmella jumps her.
Yep.
And we have,
A double turn.
Whoa!
yeah, double turn. So, remember when the Bellas turned like every week before they were both gone?
Yeah.
2 days back, Nikki Bella turns. And it made sense in the way that Nikki Bella was pretty over as a face and shouldn't be a heel right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
it makes Carmella a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's fine.
It's good. Mm-hmm.
It's all dice and dandy.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Oh well.
that match actually didn't happen.
Nope,
Nope.
it didn't
Nope.
happen.
Nope.
No.
So we get to more backstage shenanigans with Heath Slater.
Wait,
Okay.
first we had the
Oh.
Orton segment.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
there it is in my notes. I somehow
Randy
missed a
Orton
line.
was talking about his match with Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets some stitches or staples in his head because so that the voices don't escape.
Yes.
Or
He needs to keep those voices.
Mm-hmm.
Bray Wyatt interrupt, which was already teased like the week before,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
and Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt sounds like fun, so I'm down for that.
I'm perfectly fine with
Probably
it.
gonna happen at Backlash. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of getting set up. Mhm. Then we move on to another backstage segment with our boy Heath Slater.
Ya boy Heath Slater.
So in his quest to find a tag team partner, he finds Arn Anderson.
Hey.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
But he shoots him down as well, of course. Poor Heath. But out of nowhere, here comes Rhino.
Mm-hmm.
Oh hey, you're on TV again.
Yay, I'm on TV.
Yep. And Rhino says being tag team champion surely will pay an above ground pool. So he agrees to be his partner. And we're gonna get the one man beast.
Yes.
Yeah. The one man.
It's gonna be-
Gore.
Glorious?
Yep, glorious. Yeah, and they're gonna face
Rhino and
a-
Bobby Roode as a tag team. Book it.
Yes.
glorious. And Heath Slater and Rhino will face a mystery team SmackDown.
Ooh.
So
We
Rhino,
don't know.
you gonna beat them?
The 8th team.
Gonna be in with the gore.
Quick question: who do you think will be the 8th team?
I
Maybe-
say. I think you might know where I've been going if you heard the last week. It's gonna be John Cena and David Otunga. No.
JBL
Why?
no Tonga.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, Mr. Regular and the Roman. I'm waiting for it.
Yes.
I can't honestly think right now.
If Luke Harper is back, maybe Rowan and Harper,
Maybe.
Maybe.
but I don't think he's cleared yet. So
Only
also
team I can really think of. Maybe the Revival.
I
Possibly.
hope not, but maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it will be Kurt Hawkins and someone else.
Yes. Maybe it'll just be Kurt Hawkins.
Hey.
Because he's Chuck Norris, he can.
Yeah, exactly.
So
He can shit buildings.
He can
maybe it's just
win the
maybe
tag
it's
team
just gonna,
titles by himself.
maybe it's just gonna be a jobber
He
team
is the
to
tag team champion.
put them into the semifinals.
Yeah.
Yeah, team Kurt Hawkins and Kane.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Demon Kane and Corporate Kane.
Yes.
Anyways.
Yeah, anyways, we'll see next week.
Mhm.
But Heath Slater as his partner gets to enter the
Yay.
tournament. He might get a contract if he wins those titles.
Yeah!
You know what? You know what I'm expecting to have happen is they're gonna get all the way to the finals at Backlash against American
I-
Alpha.
Don't think so.
Well,
And
hear me
American
out
Alpha
here.
wins.
Hear me out. Yeah, Alpha wins.
Yeah.
They'll probably won't make it that far, but that's how I would book it, I guess.
I can see them go to the semifinals and American Alpha there.
Mm,
But,
no.
anyway, speaking of American Alpha, they were up in the next match.
Yeah.
Versus, which I don't like the decision, Breezango.
Nah.
It was a really good competitive match.
It was actually a really good match. There was a lot of times where I thought Breezango had like a legit shot at winning this.
And this is
Yeah.
where I think that was a bad decision to put them in this match.
Mm.
Because American Alpha, of course, went over.
Yep.
I really would have loved to see Breezango in the semifinal tournament. Because they're actually the best heel tag team on SmackDown currently.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Tyler Breeze has always been great in NXT. He's a great worker, and
Mm-hmm.
he's currently bringing out the best in Fandango.
Yeah.
It's such an entertaining tag team. I would have loved if they went against the Hype Bros and went over.
Yes, absolutely. Oh well.
Mm.
But they definitely put on a great showing in this match.
Yep, it
Just
was a
what they
competitive
needed.
match. That's what
Exactly.
they needed. They looked good in this match and didn't lose anything by losing in the end, but
If anything,
I
they
still would
gained
have
something.
preferred. I still would have preferred for them to go on to the semifinals in another match.
Mm-hmm.
But alas, can't get everything.
Yeah.
Nope.
But it was a good match.
It was a very good match.
Moving
Yeah.
on. Speaking of very good match,
Uh-huh.
here's AJ Styles versus Dolph Ziggler.
With Deanie Boy at commentary, because why not?
Yeah.
Hell, even Dean's commentary is really good in this.
Hey, bro! That's what I'm gonna call him.
That was definitely Dolph Ziggler's best match of the week.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Better than the
It was a
WWE Championship match.
Fantastic match. And it's
Some
pretty much
great
business as usual for AJ.
Yeah. Some great sequences like Dolph Ziggler sending AJ Styles into the ropes and then immediately tag for the 2 count. It was really good fluent wrestling and
Mm-hmm.
great stuff, back and forth. He definitely got in a lot more offense than against Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Both looked great. It was another fantastic. That's how a SmackDown main event should be. It was a really good match.
Mm-hmm.
More of that, please.
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 Please!
And of
And you
course,
know
we're
what?
gonna get the one-on-one match. AJ
Mhm.
Styles versus Dean Ambrose.
Yep,
I hope
Styles
AJ
ended up
is gonna
winning.
win.
Mm-hmm.
Really
So
hope.
do I. Yee.
Hey.
I mean, I love Ambrose, but AJ definitely deserves the belt more right now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And that wraps up SmackDown.
it was
The
a pretty good show.
SmackDown show, and it was a pretty good show. It was definitely better than Raw.
A lot better
2
than Raw.
hours held, a lot better, better matches as well.
Mm-hmm.
Even guys who you wouldn't think of delivering good matches like Breezango or the
Yeah.
Ascension put on a good show. Great from top to bottom.
Yeah.
More of that, please.
Mm-hmm.
SmackDown definitely feels a lot fresher than Raw, which kind of leads me to believe that Vince doesn't have his fingers in this as much.
At least
He's
in
a-
SmackDown, maybe.
Hmm. Yep.
Shane's
That's what
probably Shane. It was Shane. He's probably like, let me take care, Dad. Let me take care of this.
Maybe.
And I think maybe Triple H is a bit involved.
Probably.
It kind of feels a little more towards NXT than Raw.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
There's one more
on the
SmackDown
SmackDown.
thing we need to talk about, though.
because it needs to be talked about.
It was on the Talking Smack post show, which honestly is really worth watching because
Yes.
It's pretty much must watch.
yeah.
First time and it is must watch because they
Mhm.
are talking about stuff they would not normally talk about.
It's a
Like-
fun thing.
On this episode, Daniel Bryan mentioned Dean Ambrose being in CZW having barbed wire matches and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
They actually went on about the Usos getting mixed reactions and starting when they teamed up with Roman, and
Uh-huh.
they acknowledge stuff that actually happened. So
It was
really good.
Yeah. It's more of a shoot style show and I fucking love it.
And speaking of shoot style,
Oh boy, was this This was the Miz's CM Punk moment right here.
yep.
He went fucking off.
Yep. If you haven't seen it yet,
And off.
please watch it.
It is worth watching.
Miz basically
much
went.
Miz versus Daniel Bryan
Mm-hmm.
about wrestling style. Daniel Bryan called Miz a coward for wrestling like a coward.
Mm-hmm.
But then Miz brought up some pretty good points why he does it. Because he
Yeah.
is wrestling.
I watched the
every
thing and I
day.
was like, "That's great."
Day in, day out, he's wrestling. He's never been in. He wrestles day in, day out, except for the time where he was away filming
Yeah.
while being champion, but let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
And-
yeah.
Whereas Daniel Bryan got injured, was never cleared again, and is now not wrestling anymore at
Mhm.
a pretty young age. He's got a point there.
Yep. There's a lot of good points, and boy was Miz fired up. Like,
And Daniel Bryan just walked out because he couldn't take it anymore.
mm-hmm.
And Renee looked very uncomfortable.
Yes.
Maurice also was kind of uncomfortable
Just like,
with
oh
the situation.
crap.
Yeah, it was really, it blurred the lines between
Mhm.
reality and work again. But it
Yeah.
probably was a shoot style work.
Absolutely,
But-
yeah.
It maybe went a bit further than they should.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Thing
great.
got a little more personal than expected.
And a lot of people now gained respect for the Miz.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he needed to do all this time. If I had known he was capable of this, I probably would have liked him sooner.
Yeah, I probably would have liked him,
Yeah.
period.
And
Exactly.
we're now at day 144 of the never-ending Intercontinental Championship World Tour.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. 144 of the never-ending World
Because
Tour.
Tuesday was 141.
Yep.
It will never end.
Never.
Never, ever, ever.
But yeah, that was a great promo. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good.
Like I said,
Man.
our words don't really
watch
encapsulate
it.
just how good it was. You just go to
watch it.
just watch it. Watch it, damn it.
Yep.
Yes.
But only after you've finished listening to this podcast, of
Yes,
course.
yes.
Anyway, that was the thing we wanted to talk about
Mhm.
after SmackDown. Moving onwards, day afterwards, we had, of course, what's
Mhm.
normally the best thing
Yep.
of the week.
We had NXT, which not much happened on NXT this week.
Yeah,
It was more
We had two.
recaps of TakeOver and a couple
We had-
matches that were actually filmed before TakeOver at the Barclays Center.
Yep, that's what they always do when they have a takeover. They film some matches
Mm-hmm.
to fill out the next NXT show. We had Ty Dillinger versus Wesley Blake, which was again a very fun match.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, Ty Dillinger is over.
Yep, he's
Those
over as
10
hell.
chance. Please make him NXT champion at some point. He
That'd
That'd be a
deserves it.
perfect 10.
That would be
10 out of
perfect.
9.
Mm-hmm.
And Ty Dillinger wins
Yep.
yeah, against Blake, who got Blake's zero chant.
Yeah, that was good. I'm not a zero.
And yeah, next up, the second match, the main event of the show, was the Authors of Pain, who now actually have names, Akam and Razor.
Razor.
Yeah,
I kind of preferred him without names. It had more mystery to him. Oh well.
yeah. Well, anyways.
Yep.
And I don't know who's the tattooed one. I think Akam is the tattooed one, and
Mhm.
Razor is the non-tattooed one. But
Yeah, I think
I'm not
so.
sure. they defeated TM61, and honestly, it was another fun match. And
Yeah.
TM61 looked pretty good. They got in way more offense than I would have expected.
They got actually a few near falls on
Mhm.
the authors, which was pretty
Good.
nice. But
Since
in
the
the
authors
end-
would have portrayed as this undefeatable force. And one spot I want to talk about. God damn it! That one dive by Shane Thorne. He had some height.
yeah, he
Jesus
freaking
Christ.
went.
He went far
He
and
jumped
high.
over the ropes all the way to the end of the stage ramp. He freaking
way.
went.
Yeah, but of course the Office of Pain went over.
Mhm.
It was the last match of the show. Nothing more to say about it. Again,
Yeah.
it was just recaps all over the place.
Yeah,
which was,
it was just a
understandable.
recap show, you know, whatever. So yeah, NXT not much substance, but
CWC.
yeah. After that, we have the Cruiserweight Classic, which this episode was the last 3 matches in the second round of the tournament,
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
which started with Lindsay Dorado versus Rich Swann.
Yeah, it was a fun match. They had
Mhm.
a little fun moment where Rich Swann was trying to dance during the match. Lindsay Dorado put down his arms again. Was like,
Yes.
no way.
No
and
dancing.
then he did the Alex Wright dance.
It's
It's just great.
It was fantastic. Had a little fun there.
Dance
Yes.
off.
Mm-hmm.
Again, another fun match in the scene. Kind of the theme of the whole show.
Yeah.
It was a more high-flying match, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those guys are more high-flying competitors, and yeah, I can't remember how Rich Swann actually won.
Well, he went for his standing 450, but it got knee blocked by Dorado. They had more shenanigans, which led to Rich Swann hitting a Phoenix Splash right on
Oh,
Lindsay's
yeah!
face.
He hit a Phoenix Splash on the face.
On
Yeah.
his face for the win.
Yeah. All around a good match.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's due to they actually have faced each other plenty of times before.
Yeah.
And they had good chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Just a great high-flying match.
Fantastic match.
Ow.
Next up.
And then we, from the high-flying to the more technical stuff,
Mm-hmm.
with Zack Sabre Jr. versus Drew Gulak. Yeah, again, a very technical match. And at one point, Drew Gulak almost ripped out Zack Sabre Jr. Jesus Christ, that gory special.
Oh, man. Yeah.
That was a bit uncomfortable to watch. I
Yes.
felt my shoulders popping right out. Oh.
Oh, I just remembered something. Going back to the Swan Dorado match for a moment here. One interesting highlight that I took away from it was the when Swan did that weird upside down abdominal stretch thing on Lindsay, and the crowd started chanting along to Swan's theme. What the hell was that? What the hell was that?
What the hell was that? Okay.
But yeah. Anyways, back to Gulak and Sabre.
Sorry, I get into it sometimes.
Such a great technical match again.
Mm-hmm.
Like Zack Sabre Jr. does sometimes is ow. Like
Yes.
Jack Gallagher.
So smooth.
And he won with an interesting pinning combination. He
Yeah.
had a bridge and his feet were on the shoulders of Drew Gulak, just putting him down to the mat.
And he was pulling his arms out as well.
Yeah, it was a very interesting pin.
Mhm.
It's a
It
pin
worked.
that legit looked hard to escape.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
again, very good technical match.
Mm-hmm.
Good like all the other CWC matches, of course. Nothing more to say.
Yep. Then we get to the main event, the final match of the second round. It was T.J. Perkins versus
Johnny Gargano.
Johnny Wrestling himself.
And
Yeah.
very interesting thing here.
Mm-hmm. Long-term booking.
Very long-term booking.
How
the
about
CWC,
it?
The CWC this round was taped July 14th, I think.
Something like that. At least a month ago.
And
Yeah.
you know, Takeover Brooklyn was August 20th.
Mm-hmm.
And in
Yeah.
that match at TakeOver Brooklyn, Johnny Gargano tapped to a knee bar, as we mentioned
Got his
before.
knee worked on
Yes.
pretty hard.
He was selling his knee in this match that was
Mhm.
taped over a month earlier.
Yep.
Yeah. They knew ahead of time, about a month ahead, that he's gonna have to he's gonna have his knee worked on. They
Yep.
did this a month in advance.
He had this. H had this planned
That's
for months.
booking on Lucha Underground level
Yes.
in terms of booking way ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was really nice, like
Mm-hmm.
to see some, long-term booking go into effect
Yeah.
Exactly.
instead of the crazy. Oh shit! What do we do? Rewrite the script 30 minutes before the show.
Also, that the fact that the CW NXT exist in the same universe, if you will.
Yeah. Like they
It's
have.
not
They're
two different things. It's the same path.
Mm-hmm.
And also
pretty
the
good.
time where everything airs is also in the same timeline. Like the day it airs is also the day it is in the timeline.
Yes, this is really nice.
It was
Yes.
great.
Yeah,
Great
it's
forward
fantastic.
booking.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely fantastic. I'm amazed.
Yes, it was big kudos.
And also the big surprise,
Mm-hmm.
TJ Perkins won.
With a knee
Because he worked the knee and won with the knee bar.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, it was even more interesting that the booking goes even further back since his first round matchup by TJ Perkins. It also ended via the knee bar
Mm-hmm.
and making his opponent tap. And that was taped in June, 2 months before TakeOver.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's amazing.
Guy's a fucking workhorse.
It's amazing booking.
Yeah, it's just crazy how much they had, like how much future they had planned at that point in time.
Absolutely great.
Mhm.
And the match was great as well.
Yeah. Like,
It was fantastic.
hey, look, Johnny Wrestling puts on an amazing freaking match again. What a surprise!
Yeah.
Who's surprised?
He's-
no one.
He's pretty much
But that's a good thing.
He's the AJ Styles of NXT. He just puts
Yeah,
on a great
yeah,
match
pretty
everywhere
much.
he goes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
There is
I
one
can't-
spot that was a little scary to me. Was when Gargano went for that little cannonball off
yeah.
the apron and smashed
Yeah.
his legs against the bell table.
Oh yeah, against the belt
Yeah.
table.
Yeah, pretty much. My reaction was pretty much Dan O'Brien's reaction when he saw that. It's just, oh,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was. Ooh.
it was brutal. It
And
knocked the bell
fucking-
off the table. That's how hard he hit it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the fucking also the one spot where he just threw TJ Perkins head first into the turn.
Oh god, the lawn dart.
Lawn dart, yeah.
Ah,
That was a pretty scary move.
yeah, that one's.
But all in all, a great match.
Mhm.
I was honestly surprised with the result.
Yeah.
I'm also fine with it.
Mhm.
TJ Perkins going through is great. Of course, it was due to great storytelling.
Absolutely.
And yeah,
It was-
he's also one of the guys confirmed for Raw's Cruiserweight division.
Hey.
Alongside Brian Kendrick, Noam Dar.
Yes!
I think Cedric Alexander as well.
Kendrick.
Heck yeah, Cedric Alexander.
Oh man,
Sorry.
it's gonna be great.
Cruiserweight division is gonna be freaking amazing.
Mhm.
I
Without
hope.
question.
As long as it doesn't fall victim to Raw
Vince.
booking.
Yeah, that's also my
Yeah.
fear.
Hmm.
Anyways, that was the CWC second run in. Just great matches again.
Hmm.
It remains the highlight of the wrestling week.
It really does. It's just
Yeah.
fantastic programming.
It's
Speaking of-
unbelievable. Let's go-
Speaking
alright.
of fantastic
Hang on, hang on.
programming,
Let me fix that. It's not unbelievable. It's glorious.
Yes. Absolutely.
And now we're gonna go back in the week again, Monday.
To
Yeah, of course.
the non WWE programming we all watch. It's What Culture, baby.
What culture? What culture? And man, it was again a really.
Yeah, season.
And it was the
Cut out a
last
lot.
show before the next live
Mm-hmm.
show or big pay-per-view, if you will.
Yeah.
But special show.
Season
Which
2 has
will be
been
next
firing
week.
on all cylinders here. It's fantastic.
First
So-
match of the evening was Joe Coffey versus Primate again.
Mm-hmm. No holds barred.
No holds barred.
And it was a
And-
brutal match.
No holds barred it was. It was
Yes.
a pretty intense match.
They went all
Again-
over.
We
Those
again
two
saw
around.
Joe Coffey diving into the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
We had a crossbody from Primate from an elevated point, like the
like-
stuff they do on Lucha Underground
Yeah,
from
it was
Dari
like-
Creator's office, something like that.
He was about
Oh,
12 feet
man,
in the
it was
air,
good.
you know.
Yeah,
It was a really good match that spilled out
and
to the crowd and stayed there for a while and just went every freaking where.
We had another spear through a table by Primate. It only led to a 2 count, surprisingly.
Yeah.
And in the end, Joe Coffey won via TKO,
Yeah.
surprisingly.
He actually knocked
It
out
was-
the Primate.
It was a really good match.
Mm-hmm.
Just one bad thing I have about it.
Oh.
This was a really one-sided rivalry.
Yeah.
Like, the Primate didn't get one win, I think.
Yeah, Primate's kind of getting booked a little weak considering his character, which is...
Then again,
Yeah.
the weaker Primate is, the less Susie Kennedy, the less this voice.
Yeah. Oh well. But after the match, Joe Coffey gets interviewed by Fuck Kenny himself. To which
Yep,
he
and-
he pretty much answers what's next for Joe Coffey. Well, he calls out a certain person who's going to be showing up at WCPW soon. Moose.
Yep.
Moose. I'm doing his little like arm gesture thing. You can't see it.
We
We
just gotta
can
imagine.
see
We just gotta imagine we can see it.
Okay.
We can see you.
So yeah, he challenges Moose to a match at Stacked.
Stacked. WCPW Stacked. Yes. Should probably be a good match. I haven't seen Moose before because I don't. I haven't watched
Yeah.
Ring of Honor before. But I've heard good things.
Yeah,
So.
I've seen him just work in TNA. He does pretty good.
Anyways,
See.
moving on.
Next.
Let's get some women's action.
It's the rematch.
Babe Priestley versus Nixon Newell. And this match was definitely better than the first encounter.
Yep.
Definitely. And we kept with the theme with dives into the crowd
Yeah.
because Nixon Newell did a dive into the crowd over
'Cause
the
why
railing. Because why not? Just put it in every match. It's
Yeah.
great.
All right. WCPW. We jump over rails.
Yep.
Oops.
And finish was also good because Babe Priestley won with a Dragon Sleep,
Yeah.
which is always a good move.
And also,
She also did the bubblegum
yeah,
spot
they
again.
got bubblegum stop, but it backfired this time because Nixel decided to bite her fingers.
And just spit the chewing gum back in her face. Yeah, but this time, of course, Babe Priestley won.
Yeah.
Makes sense. They go 1-1, and
50-50 booking.
this time it makes sense because the rubber match is for the women's championship. Yay!
Which after the match, they go to beat the crap out of each other again because you know they're still angry.
Until some
When-
refs separate them.
And Adam Parmesan comes out and announces the women's championship match, and the stipulation of the match. It's going to be last woman standing.
Yep. Which is also what I think should be the stipulation once Sasha and Charlotte clash again.
Yes.
It's not gonna happen.
No, it's not going to happen. But yeah, This is gonna build up a really good match, inaugural women's title match, I think.
Yep. It's gonna be great.
Because it's not just, oh, okay, get the 1-2. No, you have to beat the crap out of somebody. To where they can't stand up for a 10 count. And it's gonna be brutal as heck.
Brutal as all heck.
Probably more brutal than Primate and Coffee.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Next match was a
Oh boy.
it was the 6-man elimination tag
Elimination
match
tag.
between the team of the Fuck Boys.
Prospect, yep. Drake,
And-
Lucas Archer, and Alex Gracie.
And the team of Joe Hendry, Joseph Connors, and Grado.
You said that wrong.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
The team of Joe Hendry and Grado. And Joseph Connors.
Yeah.
And Joseph.
Botchamania.
Yeah.
Anyways, match itself was fine, but I have some problems with it.
Lay it on us.
Because Team Hendry won in the end. But Joe Hendry came back from a 1v3 situation. And it's and clean. And it's kind of questionable.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they made Joe Hendry look really freaking strong.
He's the John Cena of hot culture.
Clearly, I don't know.
And
I was okay.
And Prospect is the Nexus.
Yes, I don't know. I was okay with that decision, especially the way Joseph Connors got eliminated, just getting completely beat down by Prospect, and getting hit hard until he had to get
After a
pinned.
little miscommunication. But also, Prospect looks incredibly weak.
Yeah.
You have this one heel stable and they lose all the time.
Yeah, they're the 3-man band.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well, I think Dabba the Hutt deserves it. Fucking Alex Crazy makes that dabbing look even more terrible.
Yeah. Pretty much.
But yeah.
At least James R. Kennedy looks like he's got some class.
The match itself was fine, but again, I think it has some downsides with the 1v3 situation. And
Yeah.
in my opinion.
We got a really nice double fall-away slam, at least, from Hendry.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty good. Joe Hendry has some power.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
And next up, we get a little look on to why Pokemon Go is dangerous. Because Grado was playing some Pokemon Go, walked into a locker room to catch some Pokemon. It was Primate's locker room, and that was a bad idea.
Very, very bad idea.
Because
Damn it,
Primate kind
Grado.
of beat the crap out of Grado.
Yep.
Yep.
Probably gonna set up a match for Stacked between them, I guess.
Or sometime in the future.
Or sometime in the future, yeah.
Eventually,
So-
damn it.
Don't play Pokemon Go, or at least watch where you're going.
Yes.
And next up,
Oh
oh boy!
Ooh, this was
boy.
good.
This was really, really good.
All
They're getting their
right.
pants all wet, not right now.
So, arguably the best comedy heel wrestler in business right now, Martin Kirby,
Martin Kirby.
versus the best of the Super Juniors, Will Ospreay.
The aerial assassin.
Uh-huh.
And what a match it was!
Holy crap.
I didn't expect this from Martin Kirby.
Yeah.
Uh,
Putting
say
all the
that-
shenanigans aside, Kirby put on a freaking clinic, and
he still had time to try the Saddle Bomb and the Zoidberg
yeah.
elbow, which led to a sweet Hurricane Rana from the middle rope
yes,
by Will Ospreay to counter it.
that was really
Oh, it
good.
was great.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he put the fight to Ospreay, and
And holy shit,
oh,
that suicide dive by
It was
Martin
a
Kirby.
suicide
that
dive,
suicide
alright.
dive was incredible.
It was
Just-
glorious.
Yes.
Went like upside down against the railing. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Martin Kirby put on a clinic. And there were quite a few near falls. He kicked out of a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like a 450 splash and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And even more incredible, Martin Kirby actually won this match.
Hooray!
Yep.
It was his first win
In WCPW.
And
he
he
got his
pinned
first win against
the best of the Super Juniors, Will Ospreay.
What a
Yeah,
win!
That happened.
What? And-
What a win for him.
Basically.
And after the match, Will Ospreay cut a promo. He gave Martin Kirby a lot of credit, and he's underappreciated and all that stuff. And when he comes back in October, he challenged him to a rematch. Yes!
Yes.
You're gonna get it again?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Again, if you haven't watched it, watch this match.
Mhm.
It was insane.
So good.
Better yet, just watch WCPW in general.
Yeah. Just watch the entire freaking show. Subscribe. Do it.
Do it now.
It's worth it.
Tell them the Bagel
Well,
Club
actually,
sent you.
It's
Well, actually,
better than
finish
Raw.
watching this, then go watch it.
Yes.
Better than Raw. Better
Better
than
than
Raw.
Raw.
Better than Raw.
Again.
Better
Yeah.
than WWE, Kappa.
Pretty much everything was better than Raw this week, so you know.
Well,
What
about SummerSlam?
I said pretty much.
Okay.
Don't get on his ass too much.
Yeah.
Considering SummerSlam had Cena Styles and
Mhm.
Sasha, Charlotte, and Bella versus Rollins, SummerSlam was still a bit better in terms of the wrestling.
Yeah. SummerSlam had great wrestling. But anyways.
Anyways, after this great match, of course, for the WCPW World Heavyweight Championship, I think.
Yes.
I still have to get used to the title's name. Big Damo versus the man formerly known as Damian Sandow, Aaron Stevens.
Hallelujah.
And this match had a lot of shenanigans at the end.
Yes. It had some
Shenanigans.
shenanigans at the beginning with Blampier being rolled out by James R. Kennedy in a wheelchair.
Yep. And
Wearing
he
a
had
neck brace.
He had even more a neck brace. He got kicked in the balls. Why is he wearing a neck brace?
His balls are so big, the surge went all the way up his spine, apparently.
Yeah.
He really
But
needs to deal with that
anyways.
ring postitis,
Yes.
Kappa.
Also, the rest of the fuckboys were there.
Yep. Prospect now joined BX.
Bunch
Yes.
of fuck boys.
But yeah.
Anyways,
Lots
there
of
were a lot of
shenanigans.
shenanigans. And of course, Big Damo won in the end due to said shenanigans. Because hey, Blampier wasn't injured after all. He
Nope.
stood up from his wheelchair, ran down the ramp, and threw some
Powder.
Mr. Fuji stuff in his eyes, in Aaron Stevens' eyes.
Yes.
And later on, he kicked him in the punched him in the balls.
Mm-hmm.
Just punch.
Yeah. Gave him a stiff
Okay.
forearm to the nuts. But yeah, lots of shenanigans. We had a ref bump where he died for like 10 minutes.
Yep.
Even in WCPW,
Mhm.
expect ref bumps.
Yep.
At least this match didn't end clean.
Yeah.
Or at least Stevens didn't get defeated.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
But imagine if he won.
That would have been
God.
something.
That would have been.
Anyways, after the match, Prospect and Damo beat down Henry and Connors and Stevens, who, well, Joe Henry and Joseph Connors came for the save, but
Mhm.
they all got beaten down by Damo and Prospect. When
When?
suddenly,
Uh-oh.
It's the return everyone's been waiting for.
yep,
Rampage is back.
Rampage Brown is
Whoa!
holy shit,
Mm-hmm.
and he cleaned house.
Yep.
Clean all the
And
house.
Now we have a match on our hands, which is
Fatal 4-way
a fatal
for the
four-way
world
match.
title. It's going to be Big Damo versus
Damo,
Joe Hendry
Joe Henry,
versus Joseph
Sure.
Connors, or excuse me, and Joseph Connors.
and
Rampage.
Rampage. Fatal four-way match,
Mm-hmm.
which should be great.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna
It's
be
gonna be
entertaining as heck.
Fantastic.
And that's
It's go-
where we end this show.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see where how they what they do with Hendry and Connors in this match.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they have the final falling out, or if they realize that, the stakes or whatever.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's gonna be one hell of a main event. And yeah, that's WCPW.
So next week we have the show Stacked to discuss. So
Yeah,
gonna
Maybe.
be
guess
great,
they're airing it next week.
I think.
Okay.
Since I think it's gonna be the end of season 2, pretty much. So it would be stupid not to end on the big show, because
Yeah, but
that's
it
where
seems
the
like that
storylines
would be
end.
too soon for the end of season 2, because we've only done like what, 3
3
episodes.
But they said it was the last episode of season 2 before the big show. So
Oh,
They
okay.
have some short.
And of course they-
have seasons.
Yeah, even for
Of
British
course it-
standards.
of course they taped the show this week,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah,
Yeah, we have good
and
things
did
to
their
look forward
next
to there.
taping session. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So that was pretty much all
week
the
of-
crazy
a
shit.
stacked week of wrestling,
Yeah,
a lot of
very
stuff.
stacked week.
6 hours of SummerSlam,
Brooklyn.
2.5 hours of Takeover Brooklyn, 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours SmackDown, almost 2 hours WCW.
So
and-
much shit.
It's almost an entire day
So
of
much
wrestling.
shit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
So
Keep up with that.
yeah, it was hard to keep up. So
Very much so.
let's get into our awards for the week.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, match of the week, our wrestler of the week, and our moment of the week.
And it's gonna be a hard one this week.
Yep, there was a lot of
Not for
things that
me.
happened. I've made my decisions, but they weren't easy decisions. And as always, we invite you, the viewer, the listener, to leave a comment. Tell us what your favorite moments of the week and match and wrestler and stuff was. Do it, or I'll delete you.
You guys say how it was hard. I mean, there was a lot of great choices this week, but I knew as soon as I saw it,
Yeah,
I knew all 3 of my categories, so I can already tell you.
There's
So-
some things that happened there. I'm like, all right, there's gonna have to have something big to trump
Let's
this, and it almost
just-
happened. But yeah, let's get started.
Let's just
Yeah.
start with the match of the week.
All right, match of the week. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Okay.
Okay.
My match of the week was well simple. There's a lot of good wrestling this week, but I'd have to say, well, AJ Styles and John Cena tore the fucking house down.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It was
what I
fantastic.
expected.
Yeah.
For the sake of being different, and
Wow.
because I enjoyed this match really, really much, I'm gonna go, and because of a little bit of bias,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with the Revival versus Ciampa and Gargano.
There it is. Well,
Hey.
you took my choice. I'm going with it anyways. It definitely Revival versus DIY. That was just an incredible freaking match.
That was my number 2 pick.
Mm-hmm.
I almost went with Martin Kirby versus Will Ospreay, but I just have to go with the
Yeah, you have to go with your boys in the Revival.
yeah.
Say yeah.
Yep. Say yeah. Dun, 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 dun,
No flips, just fist me.
Click me, check.
Okay.
That was
Yeah,
a
there was
sign.
a crowd. There was a crowd sign that said
I know, but still, okay.
Yeah.
"Click
So-
me, check. Top guys out."
Yep. All right, so onwards
So-
to our wrestler of the week, Thunder.
And
Who was your favorite this week?
There was so many good choices I could have made this week, actually, to be perfectly fair.
Yeah, there were.
But people are gonna probably be annoyed that I bring him up again, but I'm gonna do it anyways. AJ Styles was just on fucking fire the
He
entire
was
week.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Although I
So-
would have, although to be fair, my second choice just for that entrance alone would have been Bobby Roode.
It was so
Yeah.
glorious.
glorious.
and
loved it so
oh my god. Anyways, yes.
So,
I'm sorry,
So-
guys. I know I'm a bit too predictable. I know I choose WWE
No.
stuff quite a bit, but can you
It
really
makes
blame
sense.
me?
yeah.
No,
It's
So-
perfectly, respectable and
for
good
for,
decisions.
for Wrestler of the Week, there were so many great choices.
Mm-hmm.
Could have gone with Finn Balor or Sasha Banks for working through injury. Great matches through injury, for that matter. Could have gone for Martin Kirby for busting out a match that no one would have expected.
Uh-huh.
But I'm just gonna have to go with AJ Styles as well, just for the sake of delivering 2 great matches in one.
I thought for a moment
One of them.
I thought you were
One
gonna
of them
say
being-
yeah.
No, one of them being a match of the year candidate, definitely.
Yeah.
But
Here comes. Wait a minute.
and the SmackDown main event was amazing as well. So gotta go with Styles.
Yeah.
Just had a great week.
Well, my
And he beat
choice.
John Cena clean.
Yeah, he beat Cena clean. Holy crap, plastic.
Sorry.
Anyways, well, my choice would have been AJ Styles, but I honestly was more impressed with one other person this week.
That is.
Martin Kirby.
I
He
thought
put on a very unexpectedly amazing match, and just holy crap. He's more than just a comedy wrestler. He's a main event wrestler.
fucking go.
He can go.
And I'm beyond
Yeah.
excited to see
Give,
more of him.
hashtag give
Yes.
Martin Kirby a chance.
Yes. Hashtag Kirby for WCPW champion.
Yep, please.
Yep.
Hashtag Kirby for CWC.
Yes.
Yes.
That'd be amazing. So,
Anyways,
yeah.
the moment of the week.
What is our favorite moment? Thunder, you are first.
The amazing athletic performance and the continued proof that Johnny Wrestling is fucking amazing.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Amazing athletic performance by Johnny Wrestling. Okay.
Hey, it works.
Yep.
Yeah.
At least it's not AJ Styles.
Imagine if I three-peated with him. I could have
I-
easily just said AJ Styles kicking out of the Super AA, but
Yeah.
My choice. At first, I thought nothing's gonna beat Hideo Itami hitting the GT on Takeover Brooklyn because I marked the fuck out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Marked the fuck out for that. But I gotta go with the Mrs. Pro Talking Smith.
Oh man, it was
Just
so good. So good. Alright, well, this one's gonna be a little weird. My overall pick for my favorite moment of the week is something that we didn't even talk about here. It's gonna be the topic of conversation on the extra bagels, starring me.
Because you can choose it as well here.
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
But my favorite moment was the pre-match promo between the Broken Hardys and Decay on this most recent Impact. I'm not going to get into it much here, but all I can say is it was a really good promo, and I'm really, really, really excited to watch more of this feud. I love this feud already. But,
oh boy.
that being said, I thought I would pick another moment to stay on topic with this podcast, and it's a toss-up between these two, because Miz's promo on Talking Smack was just the greatest freaking thing that's happened in a long time.
It's the best thing Miz has done in his career.
Yes, like I said, this was his CM Punk moment.
Yep.
But I'm gonna have to go with the GTS. As soon as
role
Hideo
reversal.
put Austin on his shoulders, I lost my shit. And when he connected with the knee, well, I didn't have any more shit to lose, but if I did, I would have lost that as well. It was the biggest
that goes
mark-out
in the
moment
toilet.
for me this week.
Yep.
So yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. Holy he hit
There's so
the
much to choose
GTS
from
on
this
TV.
You're so speechless because it was so
Yeah,
glorious.
I think
Yes.
other honorable mentions were Sasha's counter to the Razor's Edge into the. Just holy fuck! Everyone in Brooklyn was standing up for that.
Yeah.
And honorable mention for me, Bobby Roode's entrance.
Of course, that as well.
Yeah.
Bobby Roode's entrance.
It
Oh,
was-
so good.
Glorious.
Another honorable mention, all those delete chants during the week. Delete, delete, delete.
Matt Hardy's taking over the world with his broken brilliance.
So much to choose from.
Hooray!
But yeah,
And we didn't even choose anything from the seat.
Yeah, what the hell?
To heck, man.
Well, I guess your moment of the week, Donnie wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yes, yeah.
He's such a fucking great wrestler. Can you believe me? He's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
So, yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Anyways, I think that wraps up this episode.
That's all we have. I think we've wasted enough of time here.
There was a lot of things to talk about.
Yes, there was a lot of things to talk about.
Busy week.
A very, very busy week. But hey, if you're not tired of hearing our voices, or at least my voice, tune in tomorrow for the Extra Bagels, where I'm going to talk about more things, including TNA, and I'll go more in depth about the Decay Hardys thing.
Yay.
Hooray! But that'll do it for this week. So, as always, thank you for taking the time to listen to our podcast. Because I forgot to do this last week. You can follow me on Twitter at RhinoGT4. Mueller, where can they follow you?
Also on Twitter at MillerMilch245.
And Thunder, your Twitter.
At H3 Central YT.
There you go. And as always, links will be in the description to all those. So,
And don't forget to eat your bagels.
yes, don't forget to eat your
Exactly.
bagels and subscribe to the Bagel Club channel for more Bagel Club content and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top guys out.
Click. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. On behalf of, the Asylum Reject Thunder, the Fabulous Mueller, I'm Crazzy Ryno, and we out. Top guys out. See you next week.
Bro, later.
Bye.